We ready?
Hey, hunters!
What's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday!
Happy Tuesday! Happy New Year!
Happy birthday, Korkio!
Thank you. I think we should change this from my birthday to khag day.
Khag day. No, I don't need a day.
What do you mean? Yes, you do.
I think there should be
Well,
a Cubieverse khag day for sure.
We can celebrate the anniversary next year when the game isn't around anymore.
shots fired.
Shots fired.
Well, I'm cracking up at everybody in the chat right now because obviously we did not, we don't typically go live on Tuesdays. We haven't been streaming for the past couple of weeks just because of the holidays, and I have not seen enough happy birthdays to Korkio in the chat yet. So let's
Please,
fix that.
I'm not a birthday fan.
People.
So like I got my couple of birthday presents a few days ago, and I had a dinner last night, and I just pretend like today is not a birthday day. So yeah.
We got exactly what you didn't want for your birthday, and that was K-Hag banned from the Cubieverse. We
Yeah.
had no idea. It was nothing we didn't want.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, to be honest, that's what we're here for. We reached out to K-Hag because for those of you who haven't been around long enough, the three of us all did our Tiki Chief hike together. So we are all in a tribe together in the
Yes.
Cubieverse, but
Yes, we
even
are.
going further back than that, we all kind of started getting to know each other in, the Coin Hunt World Wiki, and through many of hours of voice chats and lots of edits and fun things and not so fun things, and just lots of memories with for many years. So
Yes.
Yeah.
it just felt, we felt it when we found out that you and Beats were banned, and finding out why and the how and the where and the what and the when was like even more kind of troubling. And
I
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. When I first saw it, my heart stopped for a second. I was like, "What? This can't be happening!" And then I might have cried like the tiniest little bit, but then I was done.
well,
It was
DK
like,
Hack, you do deserve a day. You don't even know.
yeah,
Oh my
because
gosh.
like you, Kag, you're like the epitome of maybe not Cubieverse, but Coin Hunt World for sure. Like from
I was just
everything.
present a lot. I was just
Well,
everywhere all at once.
you participated in everything. You were
That's
the
the
one
thing.
testing all the things and checking all the facts and being on top of
Break all the
stuff.
things.
Yeah, being
Breaking
on
all the
top
things.
and
That's
doing all
what
the
they need, though.
yeah, and you
That
did
is
all
what
those
they need.
investigations with us that were so much fun. And I mean, I felt that between you and Marlov and Kevo, and maybe in the beginning, no, you, Marlov, and Kevo are like were like the community leaders to me. And so, like, to have one of the community leaders now gone is really sad. And it's also
Well,
freaking stupid.
it is.
That
It is
part.
stupid. I mean, to be fair, I was kind of on my way out anyway, but I don't think I was gonna like leave the main server and never talk again. Which now that's a closed as an option for me. Um, so yeah, like it sucks. This isn't how I wanted it to end, but also I don't think I had much more than a day or two left until I had no inventory and no coin. Well, no, I did have. I ran out of green keys, so I still had some cubies that I would have sold, but I was trying to get rid of all my coins and just be done.
So you
So
were
Yeah.
it
trying to
did.
like exit the game. It wasn't necessarily like a start fresh or just get rid of it to have like the freeing feeling of not having the
I
inventory,
mean,
but still kind of
It
planning to
started like
play.
that, and then I was like, what am I going to do with all these coins? I don't really want them. And then I I spent like 5 million coins on Christmas trees, and then I planted the trees near where Beats is, because I used to live like on the same block as him basically, um,
Hmm.
and that was where our park was. I moved since then. It's still only 5 minutes away, but I drove over to where he was, planted all the trees over there the first day of the event, and then I left and I never went back. I didn't hit the trees at all during the. I just didn't play the event. So,
Wow.
um, yeah, I got all the blueprints. I put them on the auction house. I don't have an interest in playing anymore. So, anyway, I spent all those coins on trees, and then I sold. I think I had about 600,000 coins left, and then I sold all my cubies, saved for about 30, but they were all common. They were like football players and tikis. So like I wasn't going to get much for those. And I sold. I think most of those auctions ended. Maybe not all of them. I had about 6 million coins then. So I think in total, like all of my inventory after auction house fees went for about 14 million. And then
Wow.
I was just trying to burn it. So I was in the community Discord, and I really was joking when I first said it, because I was just like, who wants 5 million QB coins? Like I have 5 million coins right now. Who wants them? And I knew that like that wasn't a serious thing, because you can't just give somebody 5 million coins. But then I was like, if somebody actually responds and says they want it, I will bid 5 million coins on there. Like I'll just do it, because whatever, it'll be funny. But nobody really stepped up and said like some people were like, you could bid on my stuff, and Squeamy was like, you can throw some my way if you want, but he didn't show me any items that he had. Manel and Jaya seemed interested, but I told them that they were on the blacklist. I didn't want to give them any more coins since they're already so like elite. Also, Manel's been my QB collector enemy for a while, so I didn't want to give to him. But yeah, I mean, the only other person that really said anything was Beats. Posted a listing and said, "Hey, here's all my auctions if you want to bid." And I was like, "All right, that'll be funny. I'll just bid 1 million coins on one item." And so that's what I did. And separately from that, I mean, I overpaid for tons of QBs over the past few weeks, as although I was exiting the game, I was still trying to climb the QB collector leaderboard, and I was just throwing money away. I overbid on all those Christmas trees by a large amount, just to
Yeah, like
guarantee the win and not have to think about it.
percentage wise, would you say it was like an equal comparison to the infamous leprechaun bid?
No, I mean the leprechaun bid was ridiculous. I don't know what they go for, but I bid 1 million. So I mean that was
Well,
definitely
right.
proportionally way more extreme. But the fact remains that they typically haven't policed, I guess, what you would call overbidding,
Hmm.
unless somebody makes a complaint.
Right.
Like
And
for the
then
most part, that
still,
stuff just gets ignored.
and
Which
they
kind of
give
sucks
30
because
day
you don't
bans
get
to
to
people.
yeah, but you
Hmm.
also, if somebody complains about your listing, you don't even have the if in this instance, you don't even have the like you have more leverage in like the court of law in this, United States. You know what I mean? Like I don't it's like crazy asinine to me that somebody can report a listing and then the other person can just both parties involved, or completely
Yeah,
aside from the parties involved, just be banned and have no way to follow up or
right.
you know um repeal. Is that, yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
the
yeah, appeal.
the
Like
decision?
the fact that there's
Appeal,
absolutely
there
no
you go.
way to like defend yourself or state your case is like, I mean, that sucks. I mean, and hey, let's be honest. At the end of the day, it's their game. They can do whatever they want. They can ban whoever they want, reason or no reason. But it's still like it doesn't feel good to be playing a game that's run in a way that like they
Without
don't give people
emotion.
the opportunity to appeal their bans, to defend themselves, whatever. And then yeah, secondly is kind of like the double standard, right? Everybody else has always gotten like a 30-day timeout, or the auction gets removed and reversed. I think the Goose Brothers did that, right? They were trying to transfer keys from one account to another, and they just said, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, you can't do that," and they stopped the auction. I mean, it certainly crossed my
Right.
mind that like
How?
this was going to hit a tripwire, but I did not think like I didn't think I was going to get banned over it.
Yeah, I think agree. And also, you've been doing that for, respectfully, your inception of playing this game, right? Is always like, how far can you kind of push the
Yeah.
line until one, they decide to like put into effect something that's
Some
not
kind
going to
of
Yeah.
allow that line to
rule.
be pushed further, or a mechanic, or whatever the case may be. But I think you've always kind of been this way, khag, and that's why so many people in the community respect you. Is that um, you call a spade, like to call them out on
I
it,
want to
right? Like,
I want to
how
pressure
come
them
this is
to
allowed
take a
and this is
stance.
not
Yeah, yeah,
allowed?
yeah. I
Right,
want to
like
pressure them to
draw the
draw the
line in the
line
sand.
somewhere. Yep. Yep.
Totally. And I think that's useful for everyone, and that's why this whole situation kind of puts um at least some of us who have been around to see, a wave of bans and things that have happened and how things
Yeah.
have changed or don't change, whatever the case may be. We're all kind of on edge now too, because most of us
You
have been
still
around
don't know
for a
where the line
while.
is.
Right. But, and
Yeah.
if I list something on the auction house and shill it, can somebody sabotage my game by bidding a
Right.
million QB coins on it? That, at
Right.
the end
Because
of the day, that's the big
I took
question.
action. All Beats did was say, "Hey, these are my auctions. If you want to bid." There was no discussion of an amount or like, you know what I mean. He just
Yeah,
literally posted a screenshot of his auctions. Like, if that can get you targeted, like who's to say, I actually secretly despise Beats and I did it on purpose to try and get him banned. You know what I mean? Like that's a
exactly.
scenario that could play out for people in the future if they're really going to take this route. On the other hand, it could have just been a personal attack. It could be that they'll never do this to anybody that they don't already really want to get rid of.
Yeah, but how many of us do they really want to get rid of? Like, what if we
Anybody that
have,
came for the crypto,
well, and like I didn't even, I mean, I initially came for the crypto, but I mean, I stayed for the community, but
stayed for the cubies.
but like, we have a, say we have a bad event and I bring up some criticism and I point out some issues and I might be a little salty about it, and then I you know decide to post something on the auction house and list it in the Discord, and then my nemesis goes out and like bids high on it, then they can just take me out. It's it's kind of my nemesis who's in the chat right now talking shit.
I think that that's very unlikely to happen. Like I don't think this is a habit that they want to make, but just the fact that they were willing to cross that line once is enough to put a little bit of fear into you people who still play.
Yeah, yeah, and I have even another further consequence where I've got a merch license that does state stuff about like you know talking bad about the game or whatever, which I don't do. I mean, I bring up criticism that I hope is constructive criticism. Like I don't just shit on things.
Right.
But what's to say that all of a sudden they're not like merge contract void just
Right.
because they decide they don't like me?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't
Which it
know
sounds
when
like
they
they could do.
act in such a like reactive, quick, no thinking, no discussion. I mean, why couldn't Illusion
Super
Weaver
brash.
or any of the support people like just message me and say, "Hey, like that's like we could ban you for that. Why did you do that?" You know what I mean? Like we could have had a conversation. I could have been like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Like I'm just being
I was
silly
just
because I
being
got all these
silly.
coins and I don't know what to do with them, and I just, I get it. I've broke a rule. I'm sorry." And that's the other thing. I broke a rule, but Illusion Weaver and I think one or more of the mods called it cheating. I don't think I cheated. I didn't break a rule to try to gain any advantage. I
And
wasn't trying to give Beats an advantage.
you didn't even break
It
a
was it was
rule. I don't think. If we
well,
look
it
up the
does say you
terms,
can't. It says you can't gift. I guess it used to say keys, but I guess now coins.
It
You can't
still
gift.
says keys. It
that's
still
yeah.
says
Oh,
keys.
okay.
So the point stands that even whatever they're saying that is a violation of the terms of
Yeah.
service, it's actually not a violation because you didn't
Yeah,
spend any keys except for
Yeah.
that's
maybe
true.
a green key that was spent on Beats' behalf because
But
he listed the auction.
even
So
if
in
you
a
say
court of
like
law, this would be
letter.
null. Done. Over.
Yes.
Case
Okay.
closed. You
Okay.
can't ban him.
Okay. But
Yeah.
even if so, their intention was to say, let's say the intention was you can't gift coins, right? So by the letter of the law, maybe I broke that rule, but the spirit of the law is that rule exists to stop people who multi-account, to people
Yeah.
who have smaller secondary accounts trying to like that wasn't this is two people with two separate accounts. Like they're not foiling a multi-accounter's master plan.
And
There
they
was no
know
premeditated
they
situation between him and me. Right.
they know that so well because they know
Right.
both of you. Like they know you both
Right.
exist and are individual people.
Right.
There is no question
Right.
whatsoever. You know, so to me
There's
that's
just
ridiculous.
Yeah.
That makes it feel so
And then
personal,
to
I
take
think.
beats out on it too is ridiculous because
He's the real victim here. I mean, let's be honest. I chose to make the bid. He did nothing.
yeah,
Nothing.
yeah. Real quick, turn to the chat. Trugoy says, "You were more than just present, Khag. Definitely helped make the game more enjoyable for all in many ways." And I totally agree with him.
Well,
Yeah,
I
for sure.
appreciate hearing that. It does make me feel good. And I don't know, maybe it was a bad use of my time, but like it was a fun hobby. It was a fun way to spend my time. Like I
No
don't feel
good
bad about it.
no good experiences are a bad use of time. Like, think of the places that we've been and the things that we've done because of this game. Like, we flew to Hawaii, stayed in a YMCA, like, climbed a volcano.
Super casual coin hunting things.
I mean,
Yeah, people do that for every game they play, right?
Yeah. That's hilarious.
You went crazy like throughout Southern California, getting sunburnt and whatever. And I mean,
Filling cranes. You shouldn't have been filling. No, I'm kidding.
I know actually, I mean, a little competitive there. I feel bad about it.
I don't anymore. I did feel bad at the time, but I think it's funny to look back. I was telling Korkio earlier today was I think Hayes had said something in the chat like we're all going to look back in 10 years and be like, what the fuck did we do with our life for 3 years? Like, what was that? What was that phase that we were all going through?
Yep.
But it is so funny to think about it because I've met some actually like lifelong friends from this game, and to think about like the social dichotomy and like experiment that this all kind of unmeaningfully was is actually sort of hilarious. And
honestly,
you know, the
I
fact
mean,
that we're even doing this episode is like a testament to what this game has done to all of us. But
we have to credit Illusion Weaver with some of that. I mean,
of course,
he created the community, and he was present and positive and accessible and all those things you want out of a developer of like a new beta game. And I think that's part of the reason that so many people are so angry with him now, is because it feels like he's not how he was at all. And
he flipped the
I don't
switch
know,
on us.
like, yeah, and it just hurts. Like we all feel like we lost something that we really truly valued. And to be honest, he started that. He created the environment that all this could happen, and I'm thankful for that. But it doesn't change the fact that like really not happy with the guy.
Yeah, it was a total stab in the back. And I mean, I don't know if you felt like that tinge of pain when you realized you were banned, but I felt that tinge of pain when I realized you're like, I can only imagine, like, it's like a best friend stabbing you in the back.
My heart sunk. My heart did sink, but I got over it quicker than I thought I would. I hadn't been looking at my phone. Like my life's a little busy right now, and I think it was a couple hours went by. I really hadn't had the opportunity to look at my phone, and I was in the kitchen making dinner, and I got my phone out of my pocket to put it on the charger while I was cooking in the kitchen, and I just saw like a ton of Discord notifications, and I just saw that I was mentioned a bunch, and I knew immediately. I was like, oh, this is about that bit. Oh, I bet I got banned. And I opened and started reading, and that's what it was. But within 5 minutes, I mean, I'm still upset about it, but that heart sinking feeling and that real like bitter anger was gone within a couple of minutes, because I was on my way out. Who cares?
Yeah. Still, I mean, yeah,
It sucks.
yeah.
There's only, yeah, but you keep saying it. It sucks. It sucks. It sucks. I feel, and I
So
honestly, I feel so bad for Beats. I know that he's been shitting on the game lately too, so maybe he doesn't really care. But I mean, I think he cares. Like, and he did, regardless if he cares or not. He didn't deserve this, and I don't know. I, I I blame
have you
myself. Like,
guys
why did I choose him to bid on his thing? But like, I just because he was there. Like, it wasn't. It was all just a funny joke thing. Like, it was never a.
well, yeah, I mean, it's also kind of funny that they take the auction house so seriously at this point when no exports happening, and if
And it
exports
doesn't matter.
happen, there's going to be a cap
They're
on it
capped. It
anyway,
doesn't
and
matter.
like
Like,
there's
I
really
had
the coins might as well be like paw prints for all I care. Like, you know what I mean? Like and
right,
it would. Are they going to ban you for giving somebody a million paw prints? Like that's it. Just
right.
there's no
It's
value to it
absurd.
right now. There's no
I
value to
had
it, and I feel like we're still hanging on to like the coin hunt world's like crypto fiat value, and not like transition to like what is actually happening right here in this brand new game.
I had like 28 years worth of QB coins if I was going to
Oh boy.
export the maximum every week. Like, do you think the game's going to be around for 28 years? Like, what am I going to do with all this? That's why I was just trying to give it away. Like, I was going to keep, I was going to keep maybe, I don't know, 200,000 so that I could do 6 months worth of exports if the game even lasted that long, if we ever get exports. But like, I just wanted to get rid of it because the game's not going to be around long enough that any of it's going to be valuable to me. And, and I don't, everybody, I don't know. We don't need to keep going around in circles.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
What's up, Beats?
Oh,
I
Beats is here.
hey, Bates. Debbie. So what's
Or
up
Debbie.
with this Debbie thing? Is
Debbie's
Debbie,
here.
is that the alt that he made for the main Discord or
It's
something?
it's an anagram.
Oh, is it?
You rearrange all the letters in "Beats Me" by Dre, and you get Debbie Steamer.
Oh, okay.
I told him,
Like it.
if,
It's
if
clever.
I got banned and had to go back, I was going to do an anagram of my username. But
that
there's
doesn't
only
work
like
as
a
well.
couple ways you can do that. I think they'd know who it is.
Gawk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Jihawk.
You could be the Klingon dish of choice. Gawk.
Oh, is that it? I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
Is that
Sorry, Star Trek thing. It's always Star Trek or food or something. Whatever. This time it was Star Trek and food.
Nailed it.
Yeah,
We're right on brand.
right on brand.
So yeah.
Well, so you.
So
had
I'm free.
mentioned it.
I'm free now. I'm free. It's over. I can, it's all over. Freedom.
So what are your big plans for 2024
I have two.
aside
I have
from
two
two twins?
yeah, 5-month-old boys to worry about. I pretty much take care of them full time, and my wife works full time. So like that's my job right now. I was honestly, I was hopeful. Maybe a year ago, I was still, maybe a little less. I was still hopeful that like the game was gonna be something that was fun to do with them and go out on walks and all that. Never really happened because they were kind of too young to be taken in the stroller a whole lot. But
Mhm.
that could have been this spring and this summer. But like, even if I hadn't been banned, like I'm not interested in the game anymore. It doesn't matter. So that's out the window. I guess maybe I can just take them for walks in the stroller just because it's fun and
Yeah,
not
you can still go on
not
those
play
walks.
a game. I
Go
know.
outside.
Yeah.
Just make sure you have good mosquito netting and sunscreen and all of that stuff.
And touch the grass.
Yeah, but
People keep telling me to
touch
touch
the
grass. I don't know.
I don't know what it means, but everybody keeps telling
I
me
know.
that.
What does it all mean, Basil? I don't know.
Oh, DZ from the Berg and I have a BQ, which popped earlier today, which I thought was
Gotta
kind of
go.
appropriate since he's from your area of the country.
I was going to ask what you know about
Yeah.
him, and yes, he showed up on our leaderboard many, 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 many months ago. For a long time, Beats was always number one, and I was number two, and I slowed down, and other people started catching up, and he's been the top guy, except for Beats, most of the time. both of them are crazy. But yeah,
DZ,
he's
it's
like
all you now.
he's a big player, big player. It's all him. Number
Hell
one,
yeah.
Pennsylvania.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, just don't. Yeah, and you don't have to worry because like a lot of the center of the state doesn't have cell phones, so less competition.
That's
All the
right.
bakers.
It's pretty much just Reading and Pittsburgh, and I mean Philly kind of, but in terms of coin hunt vaults, I'm talking, and player density.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. So Rubix wants to know, will khag be joining us in corn hunt world one day?
Yeah, I think if that happens, I would definitely give it a try. Sounds
so you'll
corny.
be sticking around in the Discord at least, right?
Oh yeah, I'll. It's not like I'm gonna abandon the Discord, but I mean, at a certain point, when you can't play the game anymore, you kind of got to stop talking about it. Like I can be there, but I'm not gonna have any firsthand experience with whatever dumb thing is happening.
Yeah, but the best conversations in the Discord aren't about the game anyway. So, like, they're just all of us being
only the more tumultuous ones are.
Well, and that was kind of like, you know, everybody's talking about other stuff in the Discord, and we always have, but also now you have people wanting to exit the game, so that's going to be true more and more. It's going to be less and less game talk and more everything else. And that's kind of where I guess the title for your show came today, right? Like, everybody's out of here.
Another option was, and another option was, you know, we were playing around with the exit strategy play on words, because what is the exit strategy if you're somebody like khag or, you know, like one of us with, or Beats with a, you know, a throwback QB's 2020, what is it, 2021 or 22, the turkey QB?
The turkey was 2020, right? The first
2020, yeah, the very
Thanksgiving,
first
like
QB.
just 2 months after they started, or whatever. Yeah. Yep.
All the starters.
2020. Well, they had Halloween, and then that it was Halloween. The first.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. But still, like, I don't know, what is that? The first
10.
15 QBs or something? 10, yeah, like early.
This is what you do. You create a new Gmail.
Gone.
A throwaway Gmail.
Banned.
Oh.
Already. No. This already feels bannable.
Well, I'm not going to do it.
Oh, definitely.
If anyone finds out.
A new Gmail.
You definitely would get banned if you get found out, but just putting it out there for anyone who wants to do this down the road, create a new Gmail, submit a ticket that says, hey, can I switch my account to a different email address because I am going to be losing access to this email address. So they switch it to that one. And then you post on somewhere like Reddit saying, hey, Cubieverse account for sale, however many dollars you want to sell it for. Then you sell it to a person, give them access to the email account, then they have full access to your account. Just like you would with a World of Warcraft account or anything else.
Ways to make money on this game. Sell your account. Sell your activity, right? So I offered to plant trees. You know, give me money, I will go to your town and plant all my epic trees. I had an offer, and then somebody messaged Illusion Weaver, and we found out that he thought that would be a bannable offense. So we decided not to do that. I think his words were that wouldn't be allowed. I don't know that a ban specifically was talked about, but yeah, he basically just said no. So we didn't do that because we weren't sure. It was a little too risky. And then the other thing is be like a hitman. Like, I will come plant all these trees in your city and tell people that you paid me unless you give me $100. Or I will bid $1 million. I would bid $1 million keys on your auction and tell people that you paid me unless you give me $100. Like, you know,
Cubieverse
ransom,
blackmail,
stuff like that.
Yeah, there's some pretty shitty situations that can come of this because, again, I mean, khag is not the only khag in the world. And if this game's going to explode to whatever million users, there's not only good and bad actors, there's super smart actors, there's also super
Well,
testy actors,
yeah,
and usually they fall under the same umbrella.
yeah, exactly. Like there's going to be people out there that do that without a moral compass, like that don't care, that just want to get money out of it somehow. So like they just need to stop trying to moderate things that happen outside of the game. Like you can't control real world. Like if somebody wants to pay somebody else to list an item, or put your epic tree on this corner instead of that corner, or put your trade shack over there because I want mine over here, like if people start making deals with each other, like why is that a problem?
Yeah. So I want to know the other way we could potentially get money out of this game is there going to be a lawsuit?
Oh, I think that's crazy.
I mean, it has
I'm
potential.
angry about being banned, and I just want to be a thorn in Illusion Weaver's side. So I thought, well, I've been sitting on this information because it doesn't do anybody any good to know about it after the fact, after the problem's been solved. I kept it to myself because I don't want to get people all worked up. And I was like, why am I protecting him? Like, I'm just going to get it out there now. So yeah, there was a long, long time ago a security privacy vulnerability in the game, and they leaked all these email addresses, and I saw the data coming across, packets being sent to my phone and to your phone and to your phone and to everybody's phone, without even trying to get them. They're just coming in, and if you just knew where to look, you would see them flying past your router onto your phone, unencrypted for anybody to see. You're in a Starbucks, on the Wi-Fi there, playing the game, and somebody's sniffing all the traffic on the Wi-Fi. They see all the email addresses flying across. Like it's just out
Wow.
there. So I mean, was anybody looking? Did anybody see? I mean, probably not. I'm the only weirdo that looks at that stuff, but also maybe somebody did.
Well,
They could
yeah,
have.
I mean, honestly, there
And
were.
either way, it doesn't make it right.
Yeah, there
No,
were.
it's definitely not
like
right.
whether or
No, it's
not
definitely not
anybody
right.
did anything nefarious with it doesn't mean that it's still okay.
Definitely not right. And they did fix it. I
But it took them
understand that
like
it took
a
some
year.
pressuring. Yeah, I mean, I tried to say something about it, and then they were like, "Well, we don't have a bug bounty program," and I was like, "Oh, well, I don't care to report it." And so then I let it go for a while, and then I told Squeamy, and he had to pressure them to do something about it. I think initially they were not so motivated to fix it. I don't really know. This is all secondhand information at this point, um, but yeah. And then sometime way after that, Illusion Weaver found out it was me that reported, and that's when he was like, "Hey, I heard it was you. Here's a red key." Like, I don't think I asked for anything. I mean, I don't remember.
Aside from
Maybe
the bug bounty.
well, yeah, like way initially I had, but
Sure.
I don't know. I don't really remember. He just was eager to give me a red key at that point, and so there wasn't any strings attached. But also, I think the understanding there is that like you probably don't take that reward and then go talk about, hey, can you believe this guy did that? So I felt, maybe I just imagined it, but I felt somewhat of an obligation to just kind of keep that to myself after that.
Yeah, you
Thought
got
that was
paid off.
Yeah.
right. And I'm being honest, there was no actual
Yeah.
discussion of it. I don't think it would hold up in court. You know what I mean? But that's kind of
No,
how
but
I felt. So
I mean, it doesn't matter. Like, the rules are the rules. If there was a data breach, they have to disclose it to the people that were affected. And the fact
Right.
that they didn't, and there were so few of us at that point in time that.
But it wouldn't have even been like scary, or I mean, I'm sure some
Yeah.
folks who were like had been knee deep into crypto for however many years would have been like, what the hell? But I personally speaking, I would have been like, oh well, I can already spot like the spammy emails, so I'm okay there. I think I'll be okay.
Yeah,
And also like a lot of stuff has happened between then and now as to where we didn't think the developers, we assumed the developers had our best interest in mind.
yeah.
At that
Well,
point.
and if they had told us, people could have just changed their uphold email address. You
Right.
know what I mean? Like some people use throwaways anyway, so they can just say, "Oh, this got compromised, trash it." Most people probably use their real email, but they can just make a new one just for uphold, and then if they get any uphold or, uphold
Related.
emails on that email, like they'll know that it's probably a phishing attempt. You know what I mean? Like they could have taken steps to just do something and be open and upfront about it. Like, hey, this is a thing that happens. It's probably not that big of a deal, but we wanted you to know about it just so you can be like on a little bit extra alert.
And legally
Yeah.
they're required to do that, right? And so the fact that they didn't means that there's I'm just saying, based on what, and I don't remember his name, but
I
you were
think every
chatting with
state
him.
has different laws. So like it
Well,
just
but
depends, but
Sounds
they
like
have
yeah,
players in every state. So if somebody's playing in such and such a state, I think they have to follow that state's laws, and so
mm-hmm,
they have players in all 50 states. They got to follow all 50 state laws, however that
yeah,
works.
but the player you were chatting with in the community channel, I can't remember their name, but they seem to understand the law pretty well. And from what I understand from them, a class action lawsuit, like, if we, yeah, I know, none of us are lawyers, none of us are lawyers, but it sounds like
But I've
if,
gotten a few checks from class action lawsuits from like
yeah,
Yeah,
Facebook and
yeah,
restaurants that I've worked at. I know what a class action lawsuit is, baby.
right.
right.
And
Give me that
technically,
money.
with there being so few of us, those payouts would be much bigger than they would have been from like Facebook or something. So this could be our best way to get money out of this game at this point. Not that
Korkio.
not that I'm even still playing this game for money, because I'm not. But
I
if
would
I wanted
I would
to,
definitely be part of the class and submit my little online form to get paid out, but I'm not like leading that party.
yeah.
And what evidence is there other than that I say it happened? I mean, it did.
Oh,
I know that it did, but like nobody else can believe me that it did. You know what I mean? Like that's just
wait.
up to you. It's
You being you didn't keep documentation of that?
um the only documentation would be DMs in Discord. So conversations that I had with Squeamy about it, conversations that I had with Illusion Weaver about it, and a few other people along the way that I told, hey, this is a thing that happened. Um, so like, yeah, those would be, I guess, but that's still just like me saying that it happened. The only thing that I could have saved would have been like all of the email addresses or something, which if I had, I would have gotten rid of by now because I would have felt like that's probably not something that I should have. Or
Yeah.
I never collected them at all. One of those
But
two things.
but the receipt of the red key from Illusion Weaver is proof that it happened, right?
Could have
Yeah,
been
I
for
mean,
anything at that point because
Could
khag
have
was doing
been.
work with the wiki.
I mean, again, the
Someone
screen
else
the
got
screen
paid for the
grabs,
wiki.
the Discord
Sure,
the
but there's
Discord messages would be the
avenues.
best. Yeah, the Discord messages where Illusion Weaver said something to me about, hey, I heard you were the person that reported the security flaw a while back. I want to give you this red key. Like that would be probably the
Most
Nail in the
only
coffin.
good
Yeah.
evidence.
And not that we're insinuating that um that anybody is trying to do anything like that. We're just trying to point out the flaws in all of this fucking logic because
I'm just bringing it to
like
people's attention, so if someone wants to do something, I will join that class so we can all get money. So if anyone
boy.
out there is a lawyer and wants to do something, go for it.
But wait, no, we don't want people to join the class because the more people that join, the less we get, right?
Yeah.
Well, you'd have to have been around
I just
in 2021 or something to
Yeah, I think if I was trying to find the DMs. I mean, I'm not trying. I did find them. I don't know, a day or two ago when this came up. I want to say it was January, so it would have been January of 21. So it's still like really early. The game had been out for
less
I
than
don't
6
know.
months.
No, maybe it was no. I'm sorry. It would have been January
2020.
of 22 because I
Oh,
joined in June or July of 21. So it would have been I got the red key in January 22. So they fixed it sometime before that. I don't know, November, December. So the game was around for like a year maybe at that point. So
But
anybody that was there for the first, I would say for the first Christmas trees, the first event with cauldrons or the first event with Christmas trees, somewhere
Wait,
in
but
that vicinity.
but they didn't even have exports until the following year, right?
No, they had it
So
before that. They had them in July,
21.
August.
Yeah, the summer
That's what I mean.
of
Yeah.
So like
21.
exports hadn't even been around for a year. So you're right. It's still like that's still even more new than we were thinking because
Yeah,
they didn't
yeah. It would have been
implement
it would have been
exports.
within the first few months of exports, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I could go back and find all the dates if it's super important, but
No, I
just loosely figuring it out is probably good enough.
feel like we're
Yeah.
back into our investigative era.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
like some of the most fun I've had with this group is all of the
And the irony around the shit that we used to investigate was people who were actually cheating and multi-accounting.
right.
Oh, how
we
the
helped
fucking
catch
tables
cheaters.
turned.
Yeah, we
Oh my
helped catch
God.
cheaters, and then yeah.
In Cornwall. Oh man.
It's crazy. Like, and
Oh,
What
what
did-
did Matt Durant say? What did we miss, guys? What
Wait,
did we
who's-
miss? It just says message retracted. Pudding
who's
sounds
Matt-
good also.
Who's Matt Durant?
I don't know.
Also, yeah, wait.
I think
Chu
Beats is
said-
just being funny.
Oh.
Right? Oh no, Matt Durant.
Kevo
Did I miss
said,
the proof?
Who the hell was that guy?
Did I miss the proof? Hold on, let me go check my email list. I'm just kidding. Matt
Oh,
Durant. No, that's not Fire's. I know Fire's name. It's
It's yeah. I know it too, but it's not Fire.
it's not that. Yeah, I think I know it.
Oh yeah, whoever Matt Durant was said, "Did I miss the proof?" And then I guess retracted it.
Oh, I mean, yeah, it's like I
The
said,
proof.
like the proof is hard to come. Like, what do you want me to show you? Like,
Which nobody has proof of anything. That's the issue here. There's no proof of
well,
anything.
this was found by me looking at packets going across from my router to my phone. There's like
That's
an
not what I was
app
talking
you can
about
get for
the
your phone that logs all that stuff. Like, what am I going to save that? Like, are you kidding me? Get out of here.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know if you took screenshots of it or something so that you could share it with the devs. I mean,
And also, it just feels like a random thing to lie about.
right?
I don't know. You're a new player. It seems super random to want to spend your time being like, "Hey, man, just to let you know, you got like other people's email addresses like flying around into my phone. I think
Yep.
it might be on accident, but maybe you want to look into that."
Yeah.
Seems kind of weird. Take a
Seems
look.
kind of weird. I don't see why anybody would lie about that 2.5 years ago.
Yeah.
But maybe
Well,
khag had nefarious intentions and
Yeah,
he
I
didn't
mean,
even
he-
know it.
he is a scorned former player. I mean,
I mean,
For scorn. For
if you- if-
shame.
if you want the honest truth, the reason I was looking at the packets is that I was hoping there was information about vault locations, like here's the geo coordinates of all the vaults that are nearby to draw them on, so the game knows where to draw them on your screen. I wanted to like collect all that information and make a map, but not crowdsource the data, just like get it from the game, like drive around or make a bot that like moves across the map and you get all the vault locations and you put it on a map for the community. As it turns out, that information wasn't available, and then shortly thereafter it was crowdsourced on Anacora's map, and that's great, and I'm glad that happened. But yeah, my whole purpose was, I mean, I guess that would be cheating because you would be running a bot to find locations of vaults, potentially like yellow vaults and stuff, like
but you
cranes
were
at that
trying
point.
to do
But it was
as
in
a
an effort to share with the community, right?
I
Yeah,
would
It
have
wasn't for your own
I mean,
intention.
I would have liked to build it up into a project and then share it. I mean, I had been in the game for like a week at that point. I was basically just like, hey, when Pokemon Go came out, I ran a script on my computer that had a bot that looked in my local area for Pokemon spawns. Like, I want to do that again, but this time with these vaults that pay crypto. So like, there was definitely a selfish intent there. But
feel a little.
I mean, I looked at the packets. The information wasn't there, and it was like, okay, I guess not. But oh, these emails are weird. So, like, I'm just saying, I'm just being honest about what my intentions were. It didn't take more than a couple weeks of being in the Discord that, like, I was like, oh, I don't want to be a shithead. I want to play this game for real because, like, the people here are kind of cool. Like, it's a good community. I'm enjoying this. Yeah. So.
Yeah, khag. See, I think the problem here is you're too smart for your own good, and you being as smart as you are, you're going to get yourself in trouble.
I've heard that.
Oh yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah.
Something barking up the wrong tree. Something.
I just like to know how stuff works and take it apart and put it back together and see if I can break it and all that.
When you were a kid, did you take?
I think a lot of gamers are like that.
Small electronics apart.
Yeah, like a microwave or like a TV or. Yeah.
I took everything apart.
Small electronics.
Yeah, because you want to see what's inside of it.
Yeah, I took everything apart as a kid. My favorite tool in the world was a screwdriver. I unscrewed every screw, pulled everything apart, saw how everything worked, put it all back together, made sure it always worked when I put it back together.
That's how you learn.
Yeah.
That's how you learn.
Yeah.
You're crazy.
I mean, I'm not good with the computer stuff that way. I was amazed that I was able to figure out the happy hour cheat once you gave me the tiniest little hint on how to do it. And then I was like, oh, I can figure this out.
That was the first that I had heard of that too.
Yeah.
Not real. Microwave? Yeah. I'm so astounded by this. My dad would fucking kill me if I tried to take apart our microwave.
It wasn't art. It was just what was available to me. Somebody was getting rid of a microwave. They were putting it out of the trash.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
It was just it's just because it was available. We're not talking about this. Move on.
Wait, so you didn't hear about the happy hour cheat thing until recently?
Yeah.
Oh man, we did a good job keeping that secret. Useful.
And also, I wish I would have been as smart as Alria to message one of you guys and be like, I'll pay you $20 to let me know when happy hour is going to be every day.
Yeah.
Hell fucking
that made it easy for him.
So
right. Every day I had an alarm that went off.
So hard to come by. And like with the recipes of the stuff that we did have that we were like, I wasn't able to print the pirate or the shark for like 6 months. And I was like, I'm never going to get 10,000 purple paint. This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And like, and Toasties was the guy that was like, happy hour yet, happy hour yet, happy hour yet. And so I was like, okay, I can't. Like, he's already the happy hour guy of Santa Monica. So I'm trying, I hate happy hour now.
Yeah, I mean,
guys, you're holding out on us.
If I had known back then, like, if I had known you better back then, you wouldn't have had to pay me. I would have just messaged you. But, yeah, it was, I mean, so there's only a couple of us that knew about it, and, I mean, it only lasted for a short period of time, and then it was gone.
I mean, honestly, I think there was a lot more than we realized.
Really?
I don't know, people...
There has to be.
The way that you and I did it, we went and looked at the file, the actual file, where it had the timestamp.
Yeah. A
lot of people just changed the time on their phone. They changed it to 8 p.m. and then 9 p.m. and then 10 p.m. and then 11 p.m.
Oh my God. That's so cumbersome.
And eventually, yeah, in between each change, you have to open the game. And eventually you open the game and it says, hey, it's happy hour. And if you tried to hit a vault, it wouldn't be, because the server would say, no, it's not happy hour. Your clock's wrong on your phone. What the hell? But the game would still show you the icon, and then you would know the time. I think that's what a lot of people did.
Yeah. DZ, no, the happy hour cheat does not still work. That ended like...
Oh no, long ago.
Over a year ago. There was one random update for something, and it was gone, and I was like, oh shit, did we get found out? I was like really worried about it. But yeah, it was I mean, I just kept the block explorer open on my phone.
Yeah, IDFK says Illusion Weaver now banning everyone who admitted to using happy hour cheat. Um, if you want to go back through the community server, I think yesterday, the day before, there was other people. I think maybe Minel might have been one of them.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Manel was
Just like
talking about how he was doing
Ah!
the clock change thing. Yep. Um,
but like,
and
how are you going to ban somebody for that? Really? Oh, they changed their clock. Is that cheating?
we were
I mean,
That's
we
the
were
issue. We need
resourceful.
for an
rules.
advantage, but
Yeah,
it's being
We need
resourceful
rules.
for an advantage. Like,
but but
there's not a
though,
rule against it, though.
Uh-oh.
There's no rule that says you can't change your clock.
and it's only an advantage if you actually take advantage of it. There were like most of the time I would check to see when happy hour was going to be, and then I would decide, okay, do I care or do I not care? And then sometimes I would care and sometimes I wouldn't. A lot of the time it just allowed me to go to bed earlier. Cause sometimes if it was
Yeah.
like 10:30, I'd be like, shit, do I need to stay up till 11 to see if happy hour is gonna happen? And then once I had the happy hour thing, it was like, nah, I can just go to bed. you
Yeah,
know?
it's pretty rare that it ever changed whether or not I hunted happy hour. It was more a convenience of not having to check and not having to be like, oh, it could be,
Yes.
like it was really
Yeah.
just a luxury. It was
Yeah,
and
it was a
honestly,
peace of mind. Yeah.
they could charge for that. People would pay crystal keys. Well, I guess they wouldn't because one person would pay and then they just blab to everybody. So
Right.
never mind, that wouldn't
Unless
work. But
everyone
it
had a
would be a
different
nice
happy
luxury
hour.
to pay for. That could be. Everybody gets a different happy hour, and if you pay, you get to know when your happy hour is.
Yeah.
I love True Boy's comment. Banning someone for their shitty programming is ridiculous.
Right? Exactly. They can't
That's
ban
It is.
us
pretty.
because
And
their
luckily
That's
programming is
we
pretty
crappy.
well put. It's pretty well put.
nobody we know, well, nobody know we know has been banned for that happy hour bug, but I will say I will continue in saying that their shitty programming could also include a message that says, "Whoa, cowboy, you cannot bid over so and so amount of cubic coins on this listing. Try again
Mm-hmm.
later." Something like, what the hell? Why? What? Like,
Why not? If there's limits to what you can bid, why not just
save
program
yourselves.
away?
Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense. Like, to like double down on one not having a proper um less ambiguous terms of service and like
Yeah,
rule book for this game is like issue number one, but issue number two is like doubling down on shit that makes no sense. Like, why is somebody getting in trouble for this? If they're going to get in trouble, why don't you stop them before it happens, so
right,
that
Yeah.
way two
right. Is your
people are
is your
not now
goal to
being in trouble.
yeah? Is
Like,
your
right.
is your goal to like? Do you gain something for kicking people out of your game, or is your goal just like to get rid of? I don't know. Like,
I
We don't
if
know
I
what
if
their
the
goal
almost
goal
is
is
because they
to
won't share a
correct people's
goddamn
actions, then
roadmap.
just make it. Yeah,
I feel like their goal is to get rid of all of the OG players that had received crypto in the past because I feel
It
like
sure
they
feels
think
that way.
the only reason why people complain is because they can't get money anymore. And if all of the players that are used to getting money are gone, then no one will complain because it's a good game. Like, I feel like that's what they're thinking, which is bullshit because I don't care about the money. I just want the game to be good. And I want the game to not hurt people. you know? Like, that's what I care
yeah.
about. Like, I've even been happy with the game lately until all of a sudden they ban people for no fucking reason. Like, that's not okay. Um, Also, there's some questions in the chat. Aperture Cat says, I'm not up to date. Did you all quit the game? So, just for everyone that's late to the party here, Mama and I have not quit the game. Khag and Beats got banned on New Year's Eve. So, we're just chatting about that.
Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year.
Yes.
And then I heard
Honestly,
you
the worst thing
destroyed
that
your
happened to me
phone.
that day, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Getting banned was not even the worst thing that happened. Later that day, I just fumbled my phone. I was in the basement, so it was a concrete floor, and it hit just right. And it was a it is. I still have it. It is a Pixel 4a, so that's like I don't know, like 5 years old or something. I've had it for quite a while. It is barely hanging on. So I guess it was time, but yeah, that kind of sucked.
Well, um, important to know, if you ever want to buy a phone on like directly from Samsung, they will take trade-ins even if you're of other manufacturers' phones, even if the screens are bad. And it all just
Did not know that.
based on what you're buying, they will kind of give you a different price for what you're trading in. So like my boyfriend has an old Note 9 that's in perfect condition. If I were to buy a Fold 4, they would give me $300 for it. If I wanted to buy like a S21 Ultra or something, like it would be like $100. Like it all depends on what phone you're buying is how much they give you for it. So anyway,
It's funny. My new phone, I bought about a year ago. Used it for like 2 weeks, and I was like, no, I'm going back to my old phone. And I went back to the 4A.
yeah.
But now the 4A is not an option, so I'm using the 7 Pro that I bought. It's just too big. It's just like doesn't fit in my it's long to reach your thumb and touch the other side of the screen.
I
I
hate
like
that.
the nice little Pixel 4A.
You should get a foldy one because it's like really small in your hand when you fold it.
I mean,
Yeah.
I would
When you
consider
fold
that.
it, it's 2 layers phone.
Yeah.
This phone's so
Seems
thick.
super small. Yeah.
What is it, like a pack
Like
of
thick
cigarettes
phone.
or?
Yeah, it's about, I
More.
mean, no, thick-wise, it's about a pack of cigarettes. I mean, it's longer than a pack of cigarettes.
Taller. Yeah.
Yes,
A pack
it's
of
definitely taller.
hundreds or something.
Oh, it's more than hundreds tall.
Yeah.
It's like soda can tall. It's actually probably
There we
taller
go.
than soda can tall.
Full chode size.
Okay, we have bottle. Wait, can you even see the bottle? Yeah,
What
it's
are
that
we
tall.
measuring here?
My phone versus this bottle, which is normal bottle size. It's almost as tall as the bottle. Wait, hold on. I'm sliding
Well,
all around here.
My phone's right there, so I can't really measure against it. Or...
Yeah.
What's up, Mikiki Tiki?
Hey,
Aloha.
Mikiki.
Happy New Year.
Oh my God!
We
If
got
they ever
everybody in
ban,
here tonight.
if they ever ban Makiki, I'm gonna throw a fucking fit.
I'll be right back. I gotta get something.
Though I don't know what they could ever ban Makiki for. So
Yeah, I don't know. So it would be something he wouldn't even know he was doing wrong, and the next thing you know,
maybe they'd ban Makiki for running too much.
I'm gonna put my beer in here.
There you go.
Yes.
Yes.
Whoa.
Wait.
This is still my favorite coin
All
hunt
different-
swag.
Oh
There,
no!
but
My bottle doesn't fit in it.
Oh, that's awesome.
oh my God, are we part of an exclusive club?
We are
Tiki Club?
Kiki Tiki Club.
Oh, yours is a big fat face. That's really cute.
I didn't know you guys had those.
I just got mine.
Yeah.
I got mine when I
Yeah.
got back from Halloween in LA. It was waiting for me.
That's fantastic.
I got mine actually on our trip. Mikiki
Did you?
Tiki and I brought him a QB plushie, and he gave me the the Tiki mug.
He's a
Yeah.
good dude.
He's
Very
a great
good dude.
Good dude.
Yeah. There's a lot of good people in this community. Lots of good
Yeah.
peeps.
Yeah.
I
for
didn't
sure.
actually put my beer into it though. If anybody
As
was
you
wondering.
should not.
No,
Yeah.
I would not.
My bottle,
Oh,
my bottle
There you
wouldn't
go.
even fit in it.
a nice protective case.
I keep it on my desk. Put my pens and things in it.
My beer tonight, because I'm such a lightweight, is actually a ginger beer. It's not real beer.
Oh,
There you go. There we
I
go.
figured it's probably better to not get tipsy during this conversation.
oh no! I figured the
Oh,
opposite.
really? I just went full force.
Yeah, well, you guys have a slightly more of a filter than I do. So,
Maybe.
maybe.
Yeah. Like, who are you talking to?
Is Illusion Weaver here yet? Was he gonna drop in?
I'm
mean, he's-
sure he is not.
They're probably
I mean, I
listening in the background, but they're probably not going to jump into the chat. They know, like, him and Renee know that would be
I mean,
suicide.
but the Zoom is public. He could jump in. We could talk to him. talk
We
about why I
could.
got.
This could
Yeah.
be a nice little like therapy session on, hey man, let's come to a compromise here, because I think there's a better way for um, actual cheaters to be monitored, and there's a better way to um, monitor and warn the people that might be towing the line a little bit but haven't fully crossed into that realm. I think there's definitely a better way. There's always a better way.
Yeah. So yeah, Illusion
Uh
Weaver,
oh.
if you are listening in, you can see
Wait,
that the Zoom meeting code and the passcode are right on the screen. You are
wait,
welcome.
excuse me.
Wait,
What,
what?
Sam? You bid on Sam's listing, and okay, so Sam says I was victim of khag's evil plans. My green QB had an 100K bid on that stayed at as the highest bid for 2 days after he got banned. Then it sold for 300 QB coins.
Yeah, my
Wait,
bids
Sam,
got
didn't you
canceled.
also list it at like 100K or something like that? I feel like I read that earlier,
No,
which is bullshit, because why, how can they revert your own listing and then sell your QB for less than what you even listed it for? That's bannable in my opinion.
no, they were low price. They were at 100 or something. I just bid 100K on green cubies because I've always worn the green cubie. So when I was like looking to divest, right, trying to throw these QB coins away, I was like, you know what? Anybody that's putting a green QB in the auction house, I like them. I'm going to bid 100K on every green QB I see. So I went in there. There was only two. Bid 100K on each one. I would have bid on, I mean, as
All of
much money
them.
as as many as I could have. Of course, then I told people what I did, and like
So
10
you're
more
J
showed up
Jason
in the
J.
auction house, and I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm not telling
Oh,
people
that's where
in.
you draw the line.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go bid on them now. You only listed it because you just wanted my money.
Yeah. So
I want the accidental listings.
That's right.
so you
The
overbid on
unsuspecting people.
the leprechaun. You and
Didn't
Beats
work
got
out.
banned for that. You overbid on the green QB, but all they did was reverse your bid on that one, and nothing happened to Sam.
Yeah, how about that? I overbid
Sounds
on Manel's necromancer as he bragged in the chat and he keeps bringing it up in the other server. Thanks for overpaying on my necro, like, because I did. I overpaid by a lot because I just didn't want to. I don't have time to be sitting on the auction house. I get on the game like once a day, so I just way overpay. I overpaid on all those trees. Like none of that triggered anything. But then I did again proportionally. It was way more, but I overpaid on a leprechaun. Suddenly, it's a problem.
Yep.
Whatever.
sound sounds personal to me.
That's Yep. That seems
Well,
likely.
it has to be personal, because if he's been doing it for a few weeks and then gets banned on the one that's with Beats without a warning.
Yeah, without the 30-day timeout like everyone else has gotten.
Well,
Yep.
and IW has constantly said that you'll eventually get caught, because it's an extensive investigation and yada yada. Like,
But he always says cheaters. He
and
doesn't say
then,
rule breakers. I still draw the distinction.
yeah, there is a distinction. And also, in order to break a rule, the rule has to be accurate. Again, to my
Yeah.
The
point.
rule has to be
Fix
written
your
somewhere.
goddamn. Yeah, well,
Yep.
fix your goddamn terms of service that still says keys, because you just copy and pasted from Coin Hunt World, and this is supposed to be a whole new game, and we don't pay for anything with keys in the auction house except for listing shit.
And
So,
Yeah.
one,
consider
fix your own shit
consider
and stop worrying about everybody else.
consider not trying to control people's like motivations outside the game and why they might be bidding a certain amount. You can't control what happens outside the game. You also can't, I mean, you also shouldn't really care about people overpaying because one, it's good for you, and two, there's a cap. The most anybody can get is capped. So if you've determined that that's an acceptable amount, why does it matter if I
Well,
have 10 accounts and funnel all these coins to one account? That doesn't really
That
help
actually,
me at all.
yeah, that hurts you because if you have 10 accounts, you could actually withdraw from the
I could
10
get 100.
accounts.
Right. There's no motivation anymore to, it doesn't make sense. It just doesn't. It's dumb.
Yeah. So and there's no like there needs to be like an actual number or like a percentage or something that says, hey, if you
Right.
overbid the average cost of this thing by this percentage, then that's against the rules.
But it's
There's
not. But it's not against the rules. You just get a message in the game that says that bid amount is not allowed. It's too high. Like,
right.
why would
Right.
you? Why would you create a rule that you could yourself police?
Stop.
And
Yeah.
if you can stop a crime from happening, why would you let it happen so that you can
Exactly.
punish
Yeah,
the
that's
That's
person?
annoying.
It doesn't make
I
sense.
think that's the point that I'm trying to make is
Yeah.
like it just
Yeah.
it's like it's a shitty feeling. It's a shitty way, obviously, for you guys both to go out. But like, what I think Beats had even said like that would be hilarious if this is what gets us banned or if this is what gets me banned or whatever. And it's like, wow, dude really had like no control over the situation at all. And like it's just like what? And that's just I think what blows my mind the most is they spend so much time worrying about the tiniest like personal like the stuff that they take personally. They spend more time on that than they do just maybe creating a really clear set of rules and
Quality of life
coding it
improvements.
into the fucking game so maybe it doesn't happen again. And that's what bothers me so much is like why are you why are the devs, you the devs, spending so much time like your own personal time worrying about the little things that happen in the game because we all know that their cheating detection is manually. It's
Yeah,
manual.
did you hear what he said
It's
in the Discord yesterday? He was like, "Sorry I was late with I think he was congratulating the month winners or something." He said, sorry I
Wayfinder,
was late with
yeah,
that.
a local, an
I was
LA
too
local.
busy I was too busy banning people." Like, that just proves that it's man really you were so busy handling two bans that you couldn't send those messages? Like, that's the problem. Like, it shouldn't be
Petty.
manual.
Like that's also so petty. Come
Yeah, it is.
on. Come on. Y'all are business people. You need to have thicker skin and stop like it's like make a decision, be in the
I
Discord and be involved, or don't be in the Discord at all because the two doesn't work. It
but
hasn't. It's not
what
working. It worked at the beginning when we were such a small community and all we had was nothing but like love and constructive criticism. But the more people that come in, the more they're subjecting themselves to way worse than what any of us have to say. Like, it's
honestly,
just
and
it
you say thicker
sucks. It
skin,
all
but
around sucks.
like what has khag ever done to hurt Illusion Weaver other than try to help him make a better game and give him constructive helpful criticism? Not even like he's never just out khag, I've literally never heard you outright say this game is shitty and the devs suck. You've said
At
stuff
the
like
worst, I come off as maybe an annoyance or a thorn in his side, but like in a
it's always
constructive manner.
yeah, it's always you never point out an issue without coming up with a possible solution to fix it. Like this is what they could do. This is what would be helpful. Like you're always trying to help. So I can't understand for the life of me what Illusion Weaver even would have against you. Like what aside from the fact that you're an OG
Cubier,
that
maybe.
I mean maybe, but you didn't actually do anything
Everybody
except
hated that
like
event.
participate. I mean, it was.
Yeah, that was bullshit. And
I
actually, that's actually a good point. Is there any like other follow up from that, Hag? After you
No,
were
what do you mean
basically
follow up?
blamed for, well,
No.
they basically blamed he slash you for
I think
impossible
yeah,
data.
I think the what do you call it? The trivia crowdsourcing was something that they did not expect, which I mean was happening
What?
long before the event. Like,
Yes,
we were doing that
there's
for
a
a long
whole.
time. If they didn't know that that was a thing, like, they're idiots. There was a whole channel devoted to it on the community server. Like, if they don't know what's going on in their own game, I mean, I don't know. That's on them, not us.
But it was on us because we all had to suffer the consequences of their actions. So,
Yes, because of
anyway,
that impossible
I
data. But like, so you asked,
impossible data.
what could he possibly have again. Maybe he still holds some kind of grudge, thinking that I
You and your keyboard.
orchestrated all of the trivia
Aggregation.
crowdsourcing, yeah, aggregation, crowdsourcing, and that's the reason that the event failed, not because Cuckoo Puffs got sensitive about too much money going out the door.
I mean, and that's ridiculous. Like, are we not supposed to study for a big test? Like,
Right?
and
You
that,
basically gave us like
We're supposed to
an
just go at it on a
opportunity to
whim.
cash out. Like,
yeah, and
hey, you can win $100 as many times as you want. Okay, thanks.
And they wanted people that were doing QB Air to stream it, so that if someone's streaming it, then we're gonna see everyone's questions. We can then study those questions. Like, they wanted us to be public about our involvement in the event. So, like, how is that any different? Like, if we watch everyone's streams of their questions and see the answers, how is that different from reading the questions and answers on the wiki? Like,
Right.
I mean,
It's really
I don't know.
it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pissed about QB Air because I didn't even get to fucking try it because
Me
we
neither.
we were trying to be smart and wait until everyone had their goes and we got the most study material together, and when we were going to wait till like the kind of like the last couple of days and then do it, and then it was gone and we didn't even get to try it. I don't even know how smart I am now.
I can't believe that
I think that's why I didn't want to do too soon.
I can't believe that they didn't bring it back, but just without the payouts. They were like, hey, we still need to give away this ace, or we still want to give you the opportunity to do the event, even though, we can't pay out because we feel like there's a bug in it or whatever the issue is. Like, they still could have given people the opportunity to do it, maybe even like severely like reduce or make it free to try so many times because there's no payout. Like, it was still fun to like rapid fire that trivia.
I'm not upset that I didn't get a chance at the payout. I'm upset I didn't get a chance at the challenge. Like, I just wanted to do it.
That's the thing. There should be a challenge every day or every week or every month. Like, there should be constant like challenges with leaderboards, and they could do so much more with like trivia in this game. I get that it's a location based game, but like, there are people that want things to do when they're at home and they can't go anywhere. Like me with the boys, I don't leave the house anymore. Shit, like, I get out once a week at best. Like, I could be sitting here when they take a nap and I could do a trivia challenge and like move my way up a trivia leaderboard or something and like earn some crystal
like
keys.
a little gauntlet. Yeah,
it could be so fun, and they don't. I don't know. They don't. I don't know what they do.
They should know that any game that involves any trivia is going to attract people that want to prove how smart they are. So they need to be giving us more opportunities to prove how smart we are.
The whole point of us being here.
Yeah, which is why it's created such an awesome community, because it's full of a bunch of smart people that are curious and technologically savvy and interested in new shit. So that's why I think this community like loves each other, is because we're all just cool, smart people. Yeah, Rubik said, I wanted my chance to best khag. I also wanted my chance to best all of y'all.
Honestly, everybody says, oh, I was winning, I would have got it was still so early in the event. There were so many people that hadn't gone yet.
Yeah.
There were still like 3 days to go.
I had several attempts that got me that high. Like, there were plenty of people with more tickets than me. Like, it would not have been me. People would have gotten there. I'm not superhuman. Like, other people would have gotten that high, especially what's his name? Block Boy had like 1 million freaking passes. Like, he was practicing and practicing. He would have been up there.
Yeah.
Well, and they started the week, the event with, wasn't it Block Boy and IT Guy, like maybe day 2 or day 3 into the event, and then like it wasn't until like 2 days later that they decided to shut it down. I can't exactly remember the timeline. And dear God, I wish I kept like a journal of all this shit.
It was shut down early. I can't even, like, you could potentially go back to the old to the old Discord and look some of this stuff up, but I got banned from that. When I got banned from the new Discord, they banned me from the old one. I couldn't even go back to the old one and
What?
look that up if I wanted.
Yeah.
Serious?
Well, anything you,
Petty,
I thought it was
petty,
a new game.
yeah.
About?
Well,
petty.
anything you want to look up, just let us know. We'll look it up for you. Unless
Well,
they
until
ban
we
us
get
first.
banned after you just
Yeah.
said that.
Right.
Makiki Tiki
Yeah.
said my score was ridiculously high. It's because the purple questions were valued so much higher than everything else. I got a couple purples in a row because they were
You
repeating
studied
purple
airport codes.
questions.
Yeah.
Oh
I
wait,
did, and
no, airport codes was
they
the
were
next round.
no, airport codes were purple, but also
Oh, okay.
they were repeating questions. I got like a couple duplicate of
Oh,
questions that people had already submitted. Again, it's
okay. That makes sense then.
it's
Mm.
because of aggregating trivia. Like we
Yeah,
put we put effort into doing that, and I was like, oh, I've seen this one before,
which was
but also
nothing
the
different
scoring.
than what we
The
all
per,
had been doing
the purples shouldn't
since
have been
before.
worth as much as they were, and it wouldn't have elevated the score so quickly when you just get a couple purples right in a row.
So,
Yeah.
Beats brings up a good point. He said, bring back Trivia Tuesdays on Loth. So,
Yeah.
when they were doing those Trivia Tuesdays, there was tons of participation, and there was no even in-game benefit for that. There was literally just a bunch of us hanging out for like 15 minutes on a Tuesday night, wanting to prove that we're smart. And Beats was always the smartest, but like... It was just a bunch of us wanting to prove that we're smart for no other reason than to just do it. And then Renee even talked about us possibly doing it on stream, and then I haven't heard anything about that in months. Like
They should be like leaking new trivia categories to you guys for you to do like an on-air new trivia, like,
well, that's what
I
she
don't know,
wanted to do.
reveal.
She
Yeah.
wanted
Yeah,
to
and I
try
think
out new trivia questions on the show, and then we just never heard from her about it.
Yeah.
here's like the sad truth into how I like view what the last like let's just say the last year of this game has been, right? Like they had to make a decision to I guess start a new game because of crypto regulations and yada yada, which I could like understand that to an extent, right? But then it got so convoluted with past promises from IW mixed with new ideas that he had and like the team had. And now it's just like this game that has so many goddamn features that he has no idea where to even start with trying to tackle each category. So like the fact that like I saw a bunch of discussion on like leaderboard points not counting for a bunch of shit, and I knew that shit was gonna happen like the minute like building started coming out and tagging wasn't working and this and that, and you can buy this structure and it's different for when you hit your own and other people hit it and yada yada. It got so fucking confusing and convoluted. If I was Illusion Weaver, I'd be like, I don't even fucking know.
Yeah.
I don't even know. Like back to the drawing board, because what is the goal here? I think truly. Did we lose khag?
He said BRB. I'm guessing bathroom break.
Oh, okay. Oh, good.
Bathroom break.
But it does. It just feels like on top of all of the stuff that's happening outwardly, like just within the community, what's happening inside the game is nothing that any of us can ignore. But then also knowing that the same company is like advertising this game to try to get new people to download it is like,
oh my god,
it makes me want to cringe, because I'm like, I can't. Ugh. Like
that's the most frustrating
3 months ago,
things.
yes, I could stand behind it and I was like, okay, I think you're moving in the right direction. But now it's like, I'm still not sure if you even know what's going on.
Yeah. So
I don't know if you know what's going on. And it's so hard to overlook at this point, because I'm getting advertisements in other games that I'm playing, and now it's getting real. Like,
yeah.
like,
yeah,
what?
I got a handful of times I got misplay ads in Atlas Earth for like, come join the Cubieverse, Christmas event happening now, come play the Christmas event, blah blah blah. And it's like, really? Because if a new player tries playing the Christmas event, they're not going to get anywhere. Like, can you imagine a new player trying to play the Christmas event right now? That's not gonna happen. And then the whole,
well, it's a bunch of depends on the situation, blah blah blah, right? But
yeah,
like if you're a new player and you're the only player in your city, for sure,
yeah,
you get the common. That's it.
yeah,
Because we got like trees for free, right? We got a couple of tree blueprints, and it didn't take much to progress down the quest line in that like the first couple of steps. So like I can see, because this was the first event that I didn't finish, and I was perfectly okay with that. I settled at my ornament QB blueprint, was like, cool, I just want to like print one ornament and I'll be okay with it. And I was, and it was fine, and I didn't feel pressured, and I actually felt nothing. Like
yeah,
I didn't miss it. I wasn't like, oh my god, we have to go hit 1,000 epics. I was just like, this is fun. I can hunt the trees on the way back because Marvin's house had a tree forest and prepared for it, and so he got to finish his quest line. So I'm glad for him. But yeah, I felt nothing, and it was like, okay, this is great. I don't care. So,
but and on the flip
I
side,
can see
this was the first Christmas in a long time I actually did get the epic blueprint, even though I didn't have the red to go through the quest chain. And I also felt nothing. I haven't even printed it because I didn't care.
Yeah.
I just didn't care. But this was also the first time 2 members of my local community were able to complete any quest chain ever. Like, apparently this was the easiest Christmas quest chain ever. But
Yeah.
no one even noticed because no one cared, because everyone's so just not in
nonchalant
it
about
anymore because it's just gotten so convoluted.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's a little bit too much happening, and it sucks that I do have to say, like, they created this whole leaderboard for builder points and all of this stuff, right? And the stuff that you build, you don't even get points for if other people hit it. Like, it makes no sense to me, to be honest. And I don't think it really makes sense to anyone. I mean, the wiki probably can't even keep up with this information because it's so, like, what do you, what don't you? And we can't even get a straight answer from the developer because he's not sure what his fucking team is actually put into the game and what's working and what's not working. And so he's like, oh, it should work this way. And then the devs are like, no, it doesn't work that way. And you're like,
I mean,
what? And
Is the
people
way-
are spending their money on this stuff. People are spending their actual fucking
That's
fiat
the-
on building
that's-
this shit. And that's the stuff that you
Exactly.
should get points for, in my opinion, is if you're paying to play, you might as well.
speaking of
Point
people
for
spending
it.
money, news dropped about the $9 green user vault.
Green user vault. Oh,
I'm
from
not gonna- I'm not going to drop any names because I don't want to out someone even though they've already outed themselves. And supposedly they submitted an
Luke,
in-game
then?
ticket.
on
Okay.
a $9 green user vault. I don't care. What are you talking
Okay,
about?
Go ahead. All right.
I don't think that's a problem.
Lord.
Are you kidding me? I spent $100 on one of them things.
I mean, but if you're gone, that has already been paid. It's already been paid for. So somebody else can swoop in and
Agree.
it's
I
like if
think
you paid.
What
if you
bothers
paid,
me is the fact that like such a huge proponent of the game and then was like, oh, you're not going to report that?
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to wait for everybody to tell you to report it, to actually report it?
And you know what?
Honey, come on.
Yeah.
Everybody needs to
let's be
stop acting
honest.
so sacrilegious, okay?
It's-
Listen. Like,
It's obviously not intentional. It's a bug. They changed the with the QB coins, the keys to QB coins. The QB coins are worth a fraction of what a blue key was. So like it's a off by a factor of 10 error. So like I think that it would be reasonable for somebody to come in and pay less when they're taking over an existing vault, but it's not intentional. It's just a mistake that they made with the off by 10.
I know it is, but at the same time, are they gonna let it stand? Or are they going to reverse it? Like, if they don't reverse it and then announce, hey, this is a thing, and then allow people to do it, like, we got a problem. If this is just now a thing that they don't announce, and they don't reverse it. They never say anything about it. That's
Korkio, I think
know.
they're trying to figure out what they got to do now, because this is
Right.
something that they didn't see coming once again, and have to like figure out what to do now, and like do some crisis management here, because, or they just sweep it under the rug, because that also seems to be another way that they manage crises. So
Yeah.
it's
So,
just it's like so.
I would like what Hayes
They
is
act
saying.
like it's black and white, and it's not.
I like what Hayes is saying. He says, I'll sell him mine for $9. If we're going to leave the game, we should be allowed to sell the structures that we initially paid for. Even if it's at a steep
you should
discount.
be able to auction them
And
off.
shouldn't, that's what I was just going to say. The green vault that Luke then had the opportunity to buy should have actually been auctioned to the rest of his local area, if based on how Cubieverse said mechanics are supposed to work eventually sometime down the line.
Not first come, first serve.
Yeah.
But yeah, an equal opportunity for everybody to,
So I've got
and
a
also
question.
like, what if the band player was Beats, bro? Where that band is almost not justified, and you're like,
I really want to go out with my wife, because she still has her account. And I want to go check out Beats green user vaults and see.
Well,
like,
I think it took a
if
while.
it's gonna give her the option.
Right.
I think
I don't expect that it's immediate.
Just keep
it's
fully
probably gonna take a long time.
pushing the line.
Yeah.
So I've got a question. I don't know if you guys saw the announcement on Twitter today that the U.S. They're dropping another 1,000 advanced print shops in the shop.
Oh, I did see that.
So, do you think this is a test to see how the mood has swayed? Like, maybe they're like testing the waters, like if no one buys these, then we know we're failing, kind of thing.
I think they always planned on releasing more.
But this,
I
mean, the
think
timing
they think
though,
that far ahead.
It's not that far ahead if they like literally just had a catastrophe 2 days ago.
How long ago did they sell out?
I don't know. I didn't even know they were sold out.
I didn't either. That's what I'm wondering. Like, did they sell out, or are they just saying, "Oh, there's more available," when like they were already available?
Well,
because if that's the case, then it's a test to see like if we advertise this, will more people buy? It's just like how effective is our marketing? But like if they had sold out,
are we talking about green user vaults or the QB?
No, the advanced print shop.
The advanced print shop.
The one where you can print your cubies twice as fast because
you pay 10 times as much for them.
But you also need it for like the higher level structures too.
You do. I just the rapid print thing is like, oh, okay, I saved 10 minutes.
What higher level?
Nice.
What higher level structures?
Like a
what is the rush? Where is
anything
the rush
that requires
on building anything?
2 stamps?
Yeah.
No, but again, where is the rush on printing or building anything?
Yeah, I don't. First print is the only time you would ever want to use a rapid print, but you do need it for anything that needs more than 1 stamp. Any structure that needs 2 or 3 or whatever.
But
wait, that actually just reminds me. Did we get first print envelopes for Christmas event this year?
No, we only
we
only got them for people that finished the quest line. I think.
Oh.
I think.
Really?
I think.
I don't. Wait.
I think we got them.
No, I feel like Kevo or Trugoy could easily comment right now. Did we get first prints for ornament cubies this year? On like who printed the Twinkle Star first?
By the way, aren't we supposed to congratulate Trugoy? Wait, was it Trugoy? And
what do you think, Speeds?
So many of our viewers hit top 5 for the Christmas event. D-Skin.
Oh yeah.
And I'm already forgetting everyone because.
Congrats to all of you.
Congrats to all of you.
We definitely got first print envelopes.
Oh, we did get them? I don't remember seeing them. I think I was just like, I clicked through that shit so quickly.
I think
Okay,
I
so
remember seeing them.
it would
Yeah.
make sense. So you don't even remember who printed
Oh,
Rail
well.
Rail says advanced print
but it's
shops were
worth
sold
it.
out for 2 months, which is interesting.
Hmm.
I'm surprised any like apparently if you've already bought one, it doesn't show if there's any left in the shop. Because I'm looking at right now and it says 0 left, even though they've dropped more.
Oh, okay. So I didn't
Oh,
buy
let
one,
me check.
so I might be able to see. You
Oh,
can't. You're banned.
yeah.
Respectfully.
Mama, where'd you go?
I'm sorry, Khag. I can't even see your face. I'm sure somebody else in the chat has said it already.
Said what?
If only the wiki had this
APS
information.
is still.
We used to.
APSs are still. Okay. I'm going. Sorry, I was refilling my beverage.
IDFK says, FYI, I purchased the very last APS in the US. I remember because I saw there was one left in the shop and I had the crystal keys, so I figured why not. I can't remember exactly when. It was November-ish. So they've been sold out for a couple of months.
And they came back today. Today is the first business day of the new year or the new month. Yeah. And they said that they were going to come back. So like I feel like they waited a month and then they just brought them back at the start of the month.
Yeah.
I don't see a conspiracy.
I don't know. I mean,
I don't think that they think that far ahead, to be honest. I really don't.
I mean, I don't know that they have to think very far ahead. It only takes a couple minutes to drop it in the shop, right? And then make a tweet about it.
No, what I mean is because you had asked, like, to get a sense of what.
Oh, you think they don't even bother testing the waters?
Oh shit! Mine says sold out. Now I'm like, did I buy it? Hold on.
I mean, mine says limit reached, 0 left. So.
How many did they put in today?
1,000.
1,000 sold out already?
No,
I guess so.
I think mine says 0 because I already bought it. But yours says 0 as well. Maybe they just haven't dropped in the shop.
Yeah, mine says 0, but I haven't. It says sold out, but I also didn't buy it. It says, yeah, sold out in both tabs.
So. Did anybody in the chat see it available for sale today? There's no way it sold out this quick, right? Like it's just not available yet.
I don't think it sold out this quick.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
Yeah, it says, this was 5 hours ago. Attention U.S. hunters. Advanced print shop blueprints have been restocked in the shop. Get yours for 1,000 crystal keys. Please note that there is a limit of 1 APS per hunter and the shop is accessible via your HQ. So it says that they were already put in the shop, but they're not there.
Unless they were and they sold out. And how much is 1,000 crystal keys?
It's 1,000 crystal keys. So that's what, $20? No.
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
I honestly don't know either.
I've
been waiting to go to a vending machine so I can get AR, but I also am kind of withholding.
Somebody go to the stream where you buy crystal keys. How much do you have to pay to get 1,000 or 10,000 or something?
Let's see. 500 is $4.99. So 1,000 crystal keys is $10.
I just tried to open Coin Hunt World. So fun. So fun.
So they put $10,000 in 1,000 for $10 each. They put $10,000 up. And if they sold out in 5 hours, they just raised $10,000 in 5 hours.
There's no way that they did because they
Wait,
haven't
Hayes
even...
says that there's...
That's Canada.
220?
That's Canada.
Yeah, but if they... Stack. Right, but is that the...
That's the
does
original.
That mean it was released today?
No, that's...
Okay, that's... So there's
the
no fucking
stack.
way that they sold out. There's no fucking way based on the fact that they have 220 left over.
In Canada, yeah.
Wait. Marvin's house.
Marvin's house says he bought one.
I'm like,
you just spent your $10.
I don't even know what's happening under my own household.
That's my $10.
Wait, Marvin's house, you bought APS today? Didn't one of you have an APS, or was that Toasties?
That was Toasties. Yeah.
So
We didn't buy one
now
because Toasties wanted it.
now is the conspiracy that they lied about the number? Like 100 people bought it, and then they were like, "Oh, sold out," to make us think 1,000 people bought. Like, how are they sold out? There's no way 1,000 people bought them.
Did I also
Um,
totally miss a tweet today that said that these were going on sale? Because I had no idea.
it was, that
Also,
was
it was
5
this not
hours
like
ago.
a Discord announcement? It was just in fucking Twitter,
It
which
was just a
I have
tweet.
like a banished to
There's a
abyss
social.
because of all the fucking scams.
I'm banned from
Jesus.
the Discord, and I saw it in the Discord on the socials channel.
Oh, what? Okay, so
All their tweets automatically go into that. I don't. You can
yeah,
turn it on. You can right click it and turn on notifications so that you get.
no, I know I turned them off because of
Okay.
all of the dumb notifications. Like,
So
Well,
Harris
maybe
says
that channel.
shit. Okay, heard.
there's like 1,800 people on the U.S. leaderboard right now, so
That's
there's
what
no
I'm.
way
Yeah.
1,000 of them bought an APS. Especially because I already
Right.
had one, and so many people already had them.
Right. How many did they sell the first time around?
I think 1,000.
Impossible data.
So
It is
so
impossible.
2,000 of the 800 1,800 players have APSs? I don't think
Yeah,
so.
no. Well, keep in mind, you and Beats
Are we
aren't on the
investigating
leaderboard because
Is this another investigation?
I don't. It just seems fishy.
yeah.
Something.
Well,
Something's weird.
I mean, and there's not a ton of discussion in the Discord in the main Discord at all, right? Like, I didn't see any discussion today of anybody buying their first APS. I just am like, huh?
I think those are
What?
the top two reasonable suggestions. PBL says maybe they put the wrong number in the shop, and Kevo said
That's,
they're cooking the numbers, which both of
I
those
think it's
make sense
more
to me.
I think it's more likely PBL
Oh,
that
oh.
they put 10 or even like 100 in the shop and then
Rubik says the tweet does not say how many were being restocked. He's right. I saw 1,000, and my brain just saw it as quantity 1,000, but it costs 1,000 crystal keys. It just says
Oh,
they're being restocked. Sorry,
man.
my
So
bad.
we're all, yeah, that's probably what it
so we're
was
all just
then.
getting
Just a couple
our
hundred.
panties in a bunch.
Yeah,
Well, why
sorry.
wouldn't they
That's
say
Yeah.
how many?
Thank you, Chris. You're right.
so.
Yeah, that's what it was. It might have just
Raichu
been a
says
hundred or something.
300 sold first round. Well, yeah, 300 makes sense, but I was going off like Hayes' numbers of like 629 being sold or something like that.
But still, if they restocked them, what did they restock? Like 5? I mean,
I think if they
Maybe
sold
it was
300
just 10.
initial, I think like 100 or 50 would be a reasonable second round. Like maybe they sell 50 more every month.
I don't know.
Somebody should tell Dumplings to put the quantity in the tweet next time.
Right. I felt
Just
so
in
bad
hindsight,
for
it would be.
I felt bad for Dumplings the other night. I mean, I agreed with your side and I agreed with Dumpling's side. Like,
No,
I feel
I
so
was
bad she's caught in
confused.
the middle.
No, I was confused. She was saying she was trying to steer us away from a conspiracy, and I thought she was saying that the conspiracy was
that you were
that
banned.
Beats and I got banned for the auction. But she was saying the conspiracy, the part that wasn't true, the conspiracy was that there was money involved. That was a
Yeah.
completely fabricated thing. The mods were not
Oh,
talking about that at all, and whoever
the mod,
thought that that's what was going on was absurd. I just misunderstood what she said.
Yeah.
Anakura just said 300 were restocked, and I'm assuming
Sweet.
in the U.S. So, okay, so they
There's
all
no
sold out.
way. There's no way they sold 300 of them in 5 hours when it took them 2 months to sell the first batch.
Maybe.
That's a good point.
I don't
Especially with everything
know.
going
I'm
on.
also irked that they just raised $3,000 in a couple of hours because that's gonna put some steam in their sales.
Maybe they're trying to raise money for their legal fees.
You guys.
Be nice. Be nice.
Be nice.
I mean, they could have someone in that chat keeping an eye, and maybe they're like, just in case
Leave him
someone
alone.
decides, you know.
Leave who alone? Who are we?
Yeah, leave who alone?
Anakura?
Yeah. Kevo said, "How much are they paying you? You get full benefits."
Leave him
I
alone.
don't know. Like he's been a long time mod. He's doing his job.
Yeah.
So Anakura is doing respectfully more than khag ever did for Titanium Toaster right now. So leave him
Right.
alone. The same reason we have respect for khag is the same reason we have respect for all the mods. Okay.
Yeah, I feel so bad for
I
them
question
Well,
their
not all
choice
the mods,
to
but-
be on the mod team sometimes, but I respect that they're doing their job. They're not really the people to be upset with.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I don't question their choice to be on the mod team, because like back when they decided to be on the mod team, it was probably an awesome thing to be on the mod team. Like,
Yeah, probably.
and now it's a sucky job, but back then it wasn't really that sucky of a job. And
But then you got to ask yourself, should I quit? Should I stay on board and try and help and right the ship, or should I bail because I no
think
longer
that's
agree with the captain?
That's
Yeah.
an internal discussion all of them
It
are
is.
probably having with themselves.
I would
and
expect
probably
so.
I wouldn't imagine this is the first time they're having it with themselves. So
yeah. And it makes it tough because like
yeah.
if you're a mod, then you have enough keys to participate in all the events, when if you're not a mod, you run out of keys really quickly and can participate in maybe one event a year if you're lucky. So, you know, us
Depending
poor
on their
people.
compensation, it makes a huge difference.
I mean, my understanding was it was like a red key a month, but I guess that could have changed or something. I don't know.
I
mean,
remember
yeah,
Pmod
I think-
Anakura Rubik's.
Oh,
I remember when
Pre-mod
Anakura was just on the wiki team and not part of the mod team. Good times.
I didn't
Yes.
even
But
know that
I
was a
will say the
thing.
game was probably all of the great parts of the game probably have something to do with Anakura. So,
pulling a snow owl. That's a good way to put it. Just like quietly leaving when you see things going down. Yeah. I mean, honestly, I like how Squeamy left.
Yeah, I mean he's the one mod. Well, we don't really know how or why Snow Owl left, but it seemed pretty. It didn't seem like there was drama involved. But Squeamy was the one mod that left because he was like, "I disagree with your choices. I think this is wrong. I can't be a part of it." And I guess that's what I'm surprised hasn't happened since. There hasn't been as dramatic of a situation as the Cubieverse, but still somewhere along the way, some of these mods have to be saying, I don't really know if I like being on this team anymore, and like saying that out loud to I guess Illusion Weaver, like, hey, like I don't like the direction this is headed. That's why I'm leaving. I'm just surprised it hasn't happened.
Yeah.
And I like, no disrespect to them. They know themselves. They know more about what's going on than we do, I'm sure. But you know, they got to do what's right for them.
So
Who am I to tell them?
I have to say, like, I've heard some of Titanium Toaster's negotiating on the back end, and the way they make everything seem, it's always like if you wait a little longer, there's going to be some extra thing in it for you, maybe some actual money, and it's like, just hold on through the tough times and we will get you there. And
well, yeah, it's a lot of that.
It just
It's
seems
definitely
to be
a lot of that.
Yeah, it seems to be like, I don't know. I feel like they just keep talking a big game, but they have yet to actually, you know, show us the proof in the pudding. So, I don't know. I should have. I mean, I kind of knew
I would,
it was
and
all...
I wouldn't even say that, right? Like, I think they've dangled the carrot for a
good long time.
Well, a good long time, sure, a questionable amount of time, but I think the timeline itself has been in favor of titanium toaster very heavily, which is why they still have us and why we're still doing this and why
Why is
we are
this
still
still happening?
playing the game. I mean, very much so, because a bit of me, when I look at it on paper, I'm like, why am I still
What are we
investing my time
doing?
into this? Like,
Right,
it makes no
right.
sense to me.
Well,
Which is
it's because
again
you've
like
already
why
invested so much. Like,
Korkio and
why would you
I,
want to throw it away?
well, sure that, but also I think anyways, there's a
I'm
lot that goes around it, but
I'm not pot
uh,
committed. I am not pot committed. I do this because I have fun
pot
on Sunday
committed.
night. Pot committed. Like I've already put so much money
Like,
in,
I've
or
already put so much in.
I've
Why
already
would I?
invested.
Yeah,
Gotcha. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, the
yeah,
pot. Got it. Yeah.
I'm not pot committed. I do this because
Like a
I
stoner.
love um, chatting with one of my best friends on a regular basis about random shit. We like maybe a quarter of the time talk about Coin Hunt World. So this stream is
right.
actually weird because we've been talking about it pretty much the entire time. But we usually talk about random food and Star Trek and all random shit.
I am so sorry.
No. It's fine. No,
Yeah,
it's
I
be
perfectly
know.
so
fine.
sorry, KI. I think
But
Korkio's leading on a little bit more than
but really, like, that's why I do
we
it.
mostly talk about food and Star Trek and then a little bit of coin hunting
Yeah.
or
Coin
Cubieversing or
what?
whatever the fuck we're calling
I've
it now.
never
Right.
heard of it.
So I don't it's not even about the game anymore for me. If the game was awesome, then great, but the game isn't awesome, but the stream is still a lot of fun. And honestly, the only reason why I play the game anymore is because of the stream. I feel like I'm obligated to participate in the game so I know what's going on, so that I don't sound like an idiot when we have our streams, because I love doing this. This is like my social hour, the only social hour I get these days, because like you, I don't really leave the house. I mean, I work from home. It's freaking cold
Yeah.
outside, so I don't want to bundle up and go anywhere.
Yeah.
So yeah,
It's a fun project that you got going for yourself, but it requires you to not quit the game and to stay up to date on what's going on. And
Oh, I don't
so you
stay up
can't,
to
like,
date. I don't stay
It
up to date.
requires mama to stay up to date, and then when I'm not up to date, I'm like, fuck.
I mean, you
I'm
knew I
not
got
up to
banned.
date.
You're up to date with the community at least.
Honestly, when I was talking
Yeah,
to Mama
I've
about that today,
done that.
I couldn't remember how I found out you, like, I was sitting at our board game table playing Twilight Imperium with the family, and I looked down at my phone and I checked some notifications, and I'm like looking and I'm like, wait, did K-Hag get banned? What? And I don't even know how I saw anything. I didn't get a notification. I don't know if I clicked on Discord by accident and it popped up and I saw something. I don't even know how I saw it because I'm never in Discord. I never know what's going on. But somehow I found out. And then I told her about it because she was busy enjoying her New Year's Eve. And it's like, yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna need to catch up on
It
this
was just-
tomorrow because I can't fall down this rabbit hole or I'm never gonna get out of the house.
It was telepathy. I just mind beamed it to you. That's how you found out.
It's gotta be that. It's gotta be
Probably.
that. Yeah.
She's like, oh God, I better tell Korkio.
It honestly, like, that's as good an explanation as anything else because I've racked my brain trying to figure out how I came upon this information and I can't figure it out. Did someone message me?
Well, I don't know if you saw, you were talking about how much fun you have doing this stream, and I mean, I'm sure you remember like 2 years ago, Beats and I did a stream a couple times walking in the park. I
Yeah.
suggested that he and I should start doing that again now
I
that
saw
we're
that.
banned. We could very easily, I mean, I guess you need a new device, but
It's just
you
a
can
game,
create
right?
a new account. You can create a new account in 10 seconds. You just put in your email address and they email you a login link. Like,
Mm-hmm.
what's to stop us from? Although I don't know, does a new player start with keys? I guess they have to start with some keys, right?
Your daily keys. Yeah.
Yeah, but do they come as soon as you're a new player? Do you get that daily box, or do you need to wait till the first reset?
I think you get it on the first
I don't know.
day.
Okay, well, we need to figure this out. But I mean, Beats and I, every weekend could just make a new account and go for a walk in the park. And I'm sure the next day we get banned, but just do it again.
Yeah.
Because what does it matter? Like,
What's to
what's
stop?
the
Yeah.
difference? Like, the Cubie coins, collecting Cubie coins doesn't get you anything. Who cares?
Yeah. You're gonna have to create a lot of email addresses though, and probably buy a lot of phones. Cause
There, I think I have a way around the phones thing. I
all
think you
right.
can reuse the same phone again, actually. Still working on it, but I think it's possible.
I mean,
There you go. 50 white and some blue. Thank you, Anakura. So yeah, so that's enough. We can do the park. Make a new account, do the park, talk about the game, talk about not liking the game, talk about whatever, and then the account gets
It's the
deleted,
internet,
and we just
baby.
do it again.
You can do
Yeah.
anything.
Oh
Yeah,
no,
you
this
can do
isn't the
anything
internet.
nowadays.
As Illusion Weaver told
Apparently,
Beats, this is not the internet.
this is not the internet.
wait, what happened?
Beats got banned from the Discord several weeks ago for being too negative, I think, because
Okay.
we live in a dictatorship now. And he created an alt and was not so
Oh, the Debbie
secretive.
thing. Yeah.
Yes, he wasn't really that secretive about who it was.
Because
But
everybody's been loosey goosey about their alts, it doesn't really matter because
right.
it seems like everybody knows that there's alts in there and don't really care until you cross the line. Apparently, again, to get banned
But whatever
again.
whatever he said, or he must have pissed off Illusion Weaver, because Illusion
Warnings
Weaver
don't work.
DM'd Debbie and said, "This is not the internet." And it wasn't really clear what he meant by that.
What? That's
It was so confusing. I'm sorry.
that's
laugh at that.
ridiculous.
This is not the internet.
I think the consensus
Sir.
was that maybe he meant like, this is not like the public wild west of the internet that you're familiar with, that you can do anything you want. This is a private Discord server, and you're
Right.
here because I let you be here. So don't step out of line, mister. I think it was that,
Cowboy.
but I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah,
cowboy.
And Beats was too busy being Antifa over there. Yeah. All right. Well, that's this is the internet, so everyone say what you're thinking. We don't limit speech here. Other viewers can
Unless it
ban
gets really
Manel.
hateful, you definitely will. Let's like
Well,
put in
YouTube
at least a
YouTube-
little bit of a.
YouTube will automatically delete hateful or like pornographic comments, but we don't touch it. I don't care.
Wait, I don't know if YouTube actually does that, because remember
Oh,
for
yeah.
the longest time, or there was like one episode where we had like some really intense.
Yeah, they
really
do now.
intense.
They do.
Yeah.
But yeah, so free speech is allowed here. Obviously the government
Yeah.
is not going to.
America.
Yeah.
Sorry, Harris. You can bring all your salt back. We're back on our train, I guess.
I never installed that. You want to put in your. Oh, that's not how that works. The Play
What?
Store. The Play Store doesn't.
Reinstall?
If you uninstall and reinstall, that doesn't inflate the. I think it's just number of people who have down. Like, the same person can't uninstall and reinstall a million times and like jack up the number, can they?
Well,
God.
that's what folks were kind of thinking was happening when they would say like the install amounts that Hunter's Lodge, because it would seem astronomical, and then you'd see the leaderboard and you'd be like, that doesn't make any sense because none of those people are hitting a single vault. What do you mean?
I mean, the game creates a user account for a person after they put in their email address, but before they enter their username. So there are people that, like, if you look at my referral screen, which I can't show this to you anymore, but
yeah,
guest
yes.
guest 1 2 3 4 whatever, like, they had a user
Yep.
account created somehow, but they didn't create a username yet. So like that's the only thing I can figure, right? They put in an email address, but they never even got to the username part. So like I don't know, maybe about a third of my referrals were people that didn't even put in a username. So like people are
Mhm.
quitting very quickly.
Very quickly.
Like
Oh,
very
my
quickly.
referral list is insane, khag. I have like, well, and ours probably look kind of similar, right? Of just like all of the people
We
that
got
like
it from the same
downloaded and
place, yeah.
even got to the point of creating a new username, but like
Never did anything after that.
Right.
never did
Right.
anything. Oh my God, it's like so sad. I probably have like
Right.
20 people on my referral list that
Right, but you
never
have
did
like 3
anything.
green keys or something, yeah.
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 Yeah, no, the
Yeah,
referral
so
program has always been garbage.
but so like
And they know
all
that.
those quote unquote like guest accounts that used to get tracked, I mean, I assume they still get tracked even though maybe they don't get assigned to you because they got rid of the whole referral system that they used to use. Like they're all counting as installs, right? Even though like they're not a player, they don't even have a username. They're not even a
But
player. So like who cares about an install? We want to know how many players there are.
right, and that's what the leaderboards are for. I mean, you could just look at
Right.
that. But I mean,
They don't make it easy.
there's no public download number since it's still like in early access. So
Oh, true.
we can't see anything. We can't see any kind of reviews or anything in there. Um, is this Jason with numbers on it in our chat? Is that Jason J? That can't be, because that Jason J wouldn't
not
just say,
sure.
he wouldn't just say balls.
No, I don't think he would just say balls.
He might, but I don't think so.
I mean, maybe, but
So, someone watching, hearing me say, you can say whatever you want in the chat, never comments before, just says balls. You go, Jason.
well, before that, yeah, who's going to be the first person to test the theory by posting porn in the chat? And then he says balls.
Balls. That's not really porn.
I don't know.
This game has
Yes, maybe
soccer
it could be
balls
Jason J.
and pigskins in it, so those are both balls. Man.
But is it better that 99% of people are downloading and never opening a vault, or better that non-unique downloads counting? Yep, I don't know what's better. I think active users would be the most sufficient number to use.
Yeah.
Active users, just like every other fucking game that play. But
Hey, we got Shu in the chat. Hi, Shu. He also says balls.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
Oh my
I just learned how to say Shu's
Long
name
time.
in Japanese this week. Whoa.
What?
Did that just do that? You made
What?
hearts, and
Yeah.
it actually created hearts on the screen.
Did
That's
it?
because somebody pressed
Yeah?
the hearts thing.
How did you do that? No, you
Oh.
make a better
Okay,
heart.
I was like, bitch, no.
Your heart isn't pointy enough, maybe.
Yeah,
No,
I
make
just made it, so.
How did that happen? That's not a heart. That looks like, see? It's making hearts on the screen just from your
Keep
heart
going, Shu.
hands.
Those are
That's
YouTube
'cause khag's
reactions.
throwing the YouTube reactions in there.
Yeah.
But why
Everybody
would it
spam the YouTube reactions.
But why would
Yeah.
it show up on
And hit
Mama's
that like button.
Why would it show up on Mama's screen though? They're
Oh, I
showing
don't
up
know. I didn't...
in her hands on her screen.
Oh, I don't know then.
Oh,
I'm
I don't know.
confused.
I can't
Literally,
see those.
you were doing this and they were showing up in your hands on the screen.
Oh,
You'll have
I
to-
see it now, actually. Yeah, that's crazy.
What?
That's gotta
Yeah,
be
it's happening, khag. It's happening.
It
Wait,
doesn't
I want
happen
to do it
for
again
me.
now because I can see it. Your heart isn't pointy enough. There it is. There's my heart. It's pointy enough.
That
I can
must
see
be-
it now in my own video. Oh my god, that's sick. Wait, okay.
You have to make your heart look like a heart. There you go. That's gotta be some of that Apple extraneous bullshit
Oh,
that the
I
rest
see
of us
it.
don't have.
I saw it. Okay. Jeez, took long enough.
Oh wait, Rubik says it's a newish Zoom thing. Thumbs up will do it too. But mine isn't.
seems to like this side of my screen.
Is he pranking us?
He
He's
probably
just pranking
is.
Probably.
Fudge you,
Are there
Rubik's.
any other
Oh, this
Zoom
one.
things?
It makes birds fly around.
I love it.
Interesting.
Jeez.
That's a cool little hack to know.
Well, if I wasn't using my phone as a camera, I'd be like Googling it to find out the other Zoom things.
Oh, Rubik
Of
says
course.
definitely not pranking. He says, I've seen a few of them on work calls, but it's not working, so.
Good job, coworker. Way to go.
Good job pooping.
It's not working. Good job pooping.
Good job. I feel like the next time Illusion Weaver or Cuckoo Puffs does something positive, I want to send him the good job pooping video.
Gesture recognition.
Where is Illusion Weaver? Why did he not join? I thought for sure he would have come in here tonight and joined the chat.
Are you kidding? You think he doesn't have his shit tornado suit on tonight? He was not prepared.
I don't
for
know.
this.
I thought he seemed very I don't know. He thinks what Beats and I did was so wrong. Like, why not come on here and say it? I guess.
I don't think he's ever decided to explain himself with a band before, ever.
Yeah, I guess.
Granted, this is kind of like the biggest one after. I mean, who is the last big band?
Beardy.
Yeah. So
Beardy went nuts, right? Didn't he like?
He like threatened to show
every
up.
Tweet he ever made, and then like threatened to show up at Vegas and like do harm.
Mm-hmm. It got like a little intense there. I'm not gonna lie. Like a lot of people say
felt
that they
the rage for a minute, but yeesh.
Yeah. Well, I feel I can feel it, but I'm also like at that moment in time when he was banned, I was under the assumption that they did do intensive investigations and yada yada. So maybe it's just another case of, like,
I never thought about
you
it,
and was looking for a bad.
I also kind of assumed like, oh, I guess he multi-accounted.
I guess he was cheating. Yeah, for sure.
And that
but
makes
now
me
it's like,
sad.
Especially when people are like on the top of the leaderboards and stuff too, right? Like it's really easy to like dismiss things of like, yeah, they probably were cheating. Like how can you be on the leaderboard that often? And blah blah blah. But I mean,
like I feel bad thinking that like
he
was probably cheating when maybe he was totally innocent, and really Illusion Weaver just made us think that. And that makes me mad that he can just ruin someone's reputation like that if it's not true. Granted, it could still be true. He could still have been cheating, but if he wasn't, like, it just made the guy look like a bad dude.
Right. So at this point, Illusion Weaver, as much as people may have disagreed with him before, at least up until now, I don't know if you could say he had integrity. His integrity has been dwindling, and with Cubieverse and Impossible Data, they lost a lot of integrity, and then with this banning of me and Beats, it's like, oh, but if you knew, like, we have the evidence they were cheating, you know what I mean? Like that, but you don't, and people know that you don't. So like your integrity just did another big drop off. Like you don't have much left, dude.
That's the disappointing part was his comment in the Discord of "Don't cheat. Eventually, we'll find you."
I'm sorry, I don't care how reputable someone may be, they cannot convince me that khag would cheat at this game. Like, that's just, everything you've shown khag for the past few years has shown, I mean, granted, in the beginning, maybe before you knew the game and before, but you're not a cheater. I was going to say,
even if I would have or had in the past or whatever, like, this particular instance isolated is very clearly just me. Like I was play-by-playing it in the community server. I was drinking and throwing my money away because it was funny. Like, it was very obviously not cheating. So, like, come on, dude. It's just nuts.
Yeah, I mean, and he should get that. He lives in fucking Vegas. People do that in Vegas all
Yeah,
the time.
yeah. It was just me being a dumbass. Like,
Yeah. Um, Mama, Groot is Coin Mage.
Oh.
And Shu, good night, Shu. And if you don't know, your
Night,
name
Shu.
in Japanese is Kutsu. I learned that in Japanese this week. So anyway, so
me too.
Is there?
Huh?
He got banned? Oh, mine
Who?
was a temp a while ago. No, I am Groot.
Oh,
Hayes said K
yeah,
Hagen Beats
Hayes.
got banned, and I am Groot said at Hayes. Okay, me too. But he was replying to Hayes's previous message.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
forgot. Coin Mage is an Oki. I knew that name really well, and I forgot it was because I've seen Coin Mage's name on stuff locally. So
Another lady player. Oh, we'll have to have you on the stream if we're still doing this not too long from now.
if we're still doing this, yeah. Rubik's is more of a katsu guy. Chicken katsu versus chicken kutsu. I'd rather probably have chicken katsu over chicken shu as well, but
Chicken shoe.
yeah. Though I don't eat chicken, so I really wouldn't want either.
Or shoe.
Chickens wear shoes?
That would
Allegedly.
Be
Oops.
W.R. Willem. Hey, dude.
Oh, I was
Hey,
wondering
Will.
if he was still playing the game or in the community.
So W.R. Willem says, "Hey guys, been pretty disconnected from everything but my local server and started playing the absolute minimum over the last couple of months. Sad to hear what's happened over the past week or so. Khag and Marlov were the first two people I ever reached out to when I started in the community. Still have mad respect for both of them and what they've done. Back to lurking, but I figured I'd say hi. Hi, W.R. Willem. We
Hey,
miss
W.R.
you.
Willem. What's up, Dr. Will?
It is really sad. I totally agree. And
Will, I am
there's nothing we can
going to
do about it.
Canada. I'm going to
When are you
Canada
going
in
to
March.
Canada?
My wife has a conference like early March. I don't remember exactly, and we're probably all going. Like, we talked about taking the boys. We got their passports when they were like, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks old. We have little 4-week-old baby passport pictures.
That's
That's
fucking
adorable.
adorable.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty cute. So yeah, I think in March we're all going to Toronto. So, I mean, the plan was to maybe do some like coin hunting, like meet people, me, Marlov. I don't know anybody else, and there's a whole bunch of people in
Forget
Toronto.
the
But
coin hunting. Just meet all the people.
but yeah, I can't do that now. So now we're just gonna meet the people, and like maybe they can coin hunt, and I can just tag along. But
You know what I realized
Yeah.
all coin hunters are really good at? Eating
Need my
and
toque.
drinking.
Yeah.
Kevo, I want a toque. Are you still selling them? Yes.
Yeah.
Please.
We gotta get some toques.
Does he still sell those hats? Didn't his mom make them?
I don't think he ever sold them. I think he was giving them away to
Didn't
he
somebody's
was
mom
like
make hats?
really
Was that Kevo's
selfless
mom?
and
Yeah.
but
Mama
he would
Strip.
just
It was
give them
Kevo's
away.
mom.
I don't
Oh,
think
I
he ever
didn't know
charged
that.
anybody for them.
I never got one.
Did I yeah. Yes, Will, I got my own passport finally. There was a running joke in the wiki server. I mean, it wasn't really a joke. It was just like me. I kept saying like, I gotta renew my
Brash
passport.
reality.
I gotta renew my passport. And like, yes, eventually, yes, I did. She like maybe in October finally renew my passport.
The last time I renewed my passport, it was a year and a half past feasible renewal date, but luckily it was like in the
Oh.
middle of COVID, so they didn't care and they let me do it anyway.
Nice. when I renewed, they were testing a new online system where you could not mail anything in and just do it all online. And so that's what I did. And they did not collect my old passport, which they normally do when you do it through the mail, I think. So I have my old one and my new one.
There you go.
I think they send you the old one back, but it has like holes punched in it or some shit. I don't know what they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have an unpunched, right, but because I didn't have to send it in, I still have.
You just have an unpunched. Yeah.
I have an unpunched old one and a new one. I feel special.
Pretty nice, like a relic.
Yeah, like I could probably like sell that to like somebody trying to sneak into the U.S. or something, right?
Okay, that's a bannable offense, Kevo.
I know some people. I live in Oklahoma where there's.
I'm so sorry, Kat.
There's lots of people that need that down here.
Same name,
so.
like.
4 letters.
We're both named Kevin, like it's a real thing.
But yeah, I know some people.
Definitely
if you
don't
do
that.
Share your passport.
Dear Lord, you guys, this is on the internet. This is actually the internet, okay?
Yeah.
I understand that your names are not associated, but your faces are.
It's just a joke. No one that needs a passport, it looks like khag. So I don't think it'll work very well.
I mean, yeah. I'm not really selling my passport. I'm just saying I have one.
Right. But I think if you go to Toronto, there are so many people for you to meet up with over there, and I'm super jealous.
I know. And like I said, we're going because my wife's at a conference, so like she doesn't want to be away from her less than a year old babies for all that time. And like, what am I gonna do? Stay here by myself with just them? Like, I might as well go to Toronto with her. So I don't have anything to do during the day while she's doing whatever conference things professional people do. So like, I'll just meet up with Toronto people. We'll go to the zoo, go to the aquarium, go see a show.
W.R. Willem just said he'd take some time off to come hang out. So perfect.
Yeah, Marlov had promised the same. So we're definitely gonna have to put a actual plan into action.
I'm super jealous. Maybe
anyone can figure out Raji's childcare, I will try.
I'm super jealous, and if you can make it to Hamilton, maybe you can stir up some IT guy up there. Figure out if he's still alive.
Ooh, yeah, he's been long gone, huh?
Yeah.
Poor IT guy. I mean, not poor IT guy, just we miss IT guy. I'm sad he left.
Yeah.
But he got out
poor
at
community.
The height of it. Like he left the game at its best.
The best way possible. He went to Coin Hunt Fest and said, "Deuces."
Yeah. That is pretty cool.
Yeah, and then he didn't have to see all this shit afterwards. Like, there was still shit, but it wasn't as much as.
But he didn't have to see it.
Yeah.
Oh, there was still shit when he was here. I see what you're saying. Yeah. You're right.
I mean, there's always been a little bit of shit.
I'm sorry, Kevin.
Well,
what
I think
is the Cheeto structure?
I think the Cubieverse shit was what made him decide to like, all right, I'm just gonna cash out on my shit.
Yeah.
Just
bounce.
Yeah,
that's when
I'm young, man. I got my life ahead of me. Bye.
Yep. Cubier was the enough is enough for me. I was like, I am done with this. And then shortly thereafter, Halloween event, I participated. Christmas event, I participated. And then they were like, okay, no more new updates. Cubieverse is cut. And then I was really, really done.
Yeah.
And then you were done like 2 days ago.
Yeah, well,
Done.
I mean, I was just trying to empty my inventory.
Well, more so, yeah.
I didn't want to.
Before that,
I didn't want to hold on to all this stuff. Like, people want these blueprints. People want these cubies. Like, why would I keep them locked up? Give the people the pixels. That's what I say.
I could use some pixels. I keep getting outbid by Manel.
Can we
on
rename
Magical Fabric?
Can we rename the title of the episode? Give the people the pixels. That's what I say. I love that.
Do it. Do it.
No,
Give the people the pixels. That's what I say.
I
Let them eat pixels.
Let them eat pixels. I like the name of the episode. We've had over 40 viewers for the entirety of this show so far. This is like the most successful episode we've ever had, khag.
Yeah, it's because people love
What?
drama.
Yeah.
Yes, it is the drama.
It's the drama. Every one of our episodes that is even a little bit fucking dramatic or
But that tells you this is the most dramatic one.
it is. It
one.
definitely is.
Aside from us climbing the volcano, but you were also in that episode, so
I was there too. That's right. You even let me work the camera for a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah, you almost dropped it through the fucking.
I mean, I said that, but I didn't really almost.
You were
I had it.
Do I feel comfortable holding somebody else's phone and then dropping it through this? That'd be terrifying.
Well, a year and a half later, the phone is still, alive and kicking, so we're good.
Well, mine too until yesterday, the day before yesterday.
Yeah.
What a day.
IDFK
What a couple of days.
And Hayes both saying, I panicked during this episode because I thought Loth were quitting.
I guess that's true. You did kind of clickbait the title. So okay, no, let's talk about that. What's your exit strategy?
Provocative.
What's your exit strategy? When is enough enough?
I mean, like I said, I only participate because I like hanging out with the people. Like, the only time I play the game anymore, the only time I leave the house specifically for the game is if I have a buddy quest to do with someone. And aside from that, if I'm already driving to the grocery store or we're going to get dinner, I just hit some vaults here and there. Okay,
so you're like stockpiling QB coins in case maybe someday they let you buy gift cards, right?
No, I don't even.
I love that you say stockpiling QB coins as if they're just like rolling in. I get like 6 QB coins every vault I answer. I'm like, what?
And I don't.
I've been sitting at the same amount as far as I know.
So why not sell your inventory? Like, what is your inventory of resources and blueprints doing other than serving a nostalgic purpose to make you feel like, oh, I collected these. They make me feel good.
You act
Sell
like
that
I have,
shit.
You act like I have a lot. I don't have a lot.
Sell it. Sell it all. I'm telling you. And not just you, but everybody watching this stream, just sell it all. It makes you feel so good. You're like, oh, this is freeing. I don't need to collect every single QB there is. I have none, and it feels even better.
But I'm not trying to collect every single thing. Like, I don't focus on that anymore. I've kind of forgotten about it. But at the same time, I don't know that I want to just get rid of it because I worked really hard for some of that shit back in the day. I don't know. I mean... But
whether you keep it or not, you still worked hard for it.
Yeah.
Keeping it doesn't justify the hard work. It just
commemorates.
It's like it's already been paid for. You already paid your hard work to get the thing. Whether you keep it or not, it's irrelevant. You might as well sell it and get some QB coins for it and feel the freedom of like, oh, I don't need to hold on to all the things. I can just let them go. They're just pixels.
Yeah, the sad part is, I guess a little bit of the freedom that we were holding on to was that those pixels would actually turn into keys, and those keys would turn into crypto, and then the crypto.
Maybe someday I can use this blueprint and these resources to print a ton of QBs and sell them for keys and turn it into crypto, and but maybe, like none of that.
The dream is dead.
Maybe one day. Maybe one day this game does actually blow up when the devs decide to pull their heads out their butts, and I can sell my account for some money. I mean, my boyfriend sold his World of Warcraft
account. What stage of life do we think that needs to happen for them to pull their heads out of their asses?
I mean, if you get caught doing that, you're going to get banned.
But I won't care because
So-
I'll already have the money from the person that bought my account. It's them that's getting banned.
But you don't think they'll contact you and be like, "Hey, my account got banned. Like, you owe me that money back."
Not my problem. No refunds. You know the consequences if you buy it. I don't know.
I guess
mean, like,
so.
I don't. I just.
I
don't,
hear you.
I barely touch
Is that
the
really
auction
what you're
house
doing
as
though?
it
You're
is.
just keeping it because you want to sell your account someday?
Possibly. I mean, I have so few
That's fair.
trophies in
That's
life.
fair.
I like the only trophies I have of any accomplishments in life is like my QB wall over here, my shrine, and then my QB stuff in the game. I'm never good at anything,
I get
but
that.
I happen to be good
I
at this
do.
game.
I will
So-
say the one thing that I did not sell when I sold every single resource I owned, every paint, every resin, all of it, I did not sell my top 5 NFT or digital art, whatever they call it,
I still haven't
because I'm
gotten
on
mine.
it because it's mine. Oh, that sucks. Seriously?
Yeah,
That's
Nellick
shitty.
and,
I'm sorry.
Nellick and I have talked about that. We haven't gotten ours yet. We're like we're the only we're the longest
month was
running
it?
people. August.
They forgot about that. You need to send in another ticket.
They're never.
They forgot.
Yeah, you need to.
They forgot.
You need to.
You need
bug
to
them.
send a ticket.
I think
send a
Nellick
ticket
already-
because
I
they
think-
just forgot.
I think Nellick already did.
I
No,
did
keep
list
sending
Rail.
it like
I
every
did list
fucking
it for a
week.
million.
Like you haven't gotten your fucking
but
package
it's
in
the
the mail.
only thing. It's the only thing that I listed. I listed every other thing. I listed the vampire QB for 100. I listed everything at 100 except for that one item because that's how important it was to me, and nobody bid, and that's kind of what I wanted. I wanted to keep it, but then I got banned, and so now it's just in the ether, which is honestly of the entire banning thing. That's the only thing I'm sad about is that I lost that stupid little pixel.
You didn't take a picture of it? You didn't save a JPEG of it?
It's on the wiki, to be honest. Like that would be
Okay.
the highest
We
quality
could save
version
it.
would be on the
Isn't
wiki.
it-
So yeah, it exists. I can
That's
go
good.
find it.
Isn't
Okay,
it
good.
also minted? Can't you get it on OpenSea?
Probably not.
I assume so, but I don't. I mean, I can't buy it. They're not going to sell it to me. But
Someone
I
Why are
else
assume
you
can buy
banned
it?
from OpenSea also?
no, they don't sell the NFT. Like they don't. They minted these things and they've never sold them to anybody ever. So I don't know what they think they're doing.
Yeah. Did you see Kevo's comment? Korkio is just a Brazilian dude with a red wig at the next fest. I mean, I don't know any Brazilian dudes, but if one came up to me and said they wanted to buy my account, I'd probably sell it to them. Anyway. Nellick was in here earlier. He's in the same group as me of not getting the top 5 digital art. So,
Digital art.
digital art.
So funny you guys say that's like your favorite because I'm like that's like my least favorite. I could get rid of it and like literally forget that I'm on it. I could care less because it's never meant anything and it still doesn't mean anything and
It's my trophy though. I'm on it.
I worked
Yeah, I
so
don't know.
hard in
It's-
August. I have
Oh, I got it
recurring-
printed actually. Wait.
You got printed?
You got it printed and you just said it's the least important thing to you. Get out of here.
We can't see. Oh, there it is. Nice.
I got
I still haven't framed it, you guys. It's just sitting on top of my thing.
I got a print for
I think
for
it was
Beat,
mostly for Marvin's house.
but I don't have a
because
print of my own.
I'm fucking 5th on this. Why would I print this out? For Marvin's house, but
Nellick says he doesn't think anyone has gotten one of them since July. We're just the oldest ones.
it's because
who
they're
have
too
not.
busy banning people. Sorry.
It's because honestly, you know what it is? It's because their programmers, their developers, their art team, and who knows what else it's all contracted. It's all third party people. They're not employees of Titanium Toaster. They don't work on this full time. Illusion Weaver sends an email to the art team and says, "Oh, we haven't done this in months. I need you to do March, April, May, and June right now and get them to me." and then like a week later they get all the files and they upload them to the game at once, and that's why they come in chunks and they don't happen
Yeah.
regularly every month, because they don't have a system. They don't have things set up to happen with regularity. They just they
can
do
I
things in binges.
yeah, can I say something based off that piece of information also? Am I the only person that feels like the entire community is treated one way because they think that we're all just, I don't know, average human beings that like don't know anything about anything, and they have like they don't think that maybe there's a small group of people that like maybe know how to code games and like maybe are interested in coding websites, or have created games themselves, or like anything
Artists,
outside of the scope
developers.
of just average American. Because here's my biggest, like respectfully, my biggest gripe with Titanium Toaster is that they treat everyone as if everyone is the same human being, and they're not. Like,
Yeah.
everybody has different experiences and everybody has different careers and this and that, and it's like, yes, so people who are pointing out criticisms to your game might actually know what the fuck they're talking about. Well, yes, other
Especially in
people
this
might not
community.
know what they're talking about, but you should
They
be able
brought
to
together
like
such a cool community
cipher. Yes,
of
but you should be
different
able to like
people.
cipher that information and like use
Yeah.
it to your advantage. But it feels like instead of using it to their advantage, they get defensive when it comes to people criticizing their game. And it's like,
Right.
this isn't a competition. Like, people are trying to help you be better, and instead of taking the information and like making it better, you're internalizing it and
Yeah.
like causing more destruction like within the community, because you don't know how to like properly take in that information. And it's really disappointing to see, because I've obviously met both Jeroen and Renee in person, and they're both lovely people, and they're amazing. Like, I have to say, all gripes aside within the game, like personally, I feel that they're both amazing people and they have the best intentions at heart. But I think that they're getting caught up in something that they don't have the bandwidth or capability or experience of like being able to like manage or deal with. And it's just so disheartening to see like ego come ahead of everything else, because there's so many great minds that are involved in this project, whether it be as a player or as a developer or as a whatever. Like, it's just I think that's why we've all been holding on to it for so long, is because we can see the potential, and we're all like, yes, we're almost there, we can get there, and like they make moves in one direction that are like, yes, we're moving that direction. And then since Cubieverse, it feels like it's gone to shit, and I think we've all been kind of like piling into
And they've tapped
the
they've
shitty
tapped
part,
the
because
community.
we can very much see that it's a beginner amateur fucking project that we've all been a part of, and are
like
trying to get it off the ground.
They've almost gotten there. Like Billy Barker does some artwork from them, but like Kevo does so much. Like, why does Kevo not have a job? And like, I don't know.
They don't like his attitude.
Okay, but whatever.
Which is so
like
stupid.
he's
But that's that's the world. That's the world we live in. People are
Mhm.
different from you. They have different attitudes. They bring different, like, that's the whole point. That's what makes our world so beautiful, is that people are different. And that's how you learn and how you grow, is being around different people.
You know what I
Sorry,
think the
khag,
problem
I don't mean to
is?
keep interrupting.
No, you're right.
You know
you're
what
right.
I think
like
the problem is they did not predict the passion that this community would have.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
They expected
they accepted it, they embraced it, but they wouldn't be able to like plan forward towards it.
Yeah, they were excited about it. They were like, "Oh my god, these people are passionate, but this makes our job harder. How are we going to deal with this?" Like, we all got passionate. We have all these ideas. We're excited about things. We want more. We want things to be perfected. We expect expect them to be on top of shit. Like, okay, like Atlas Earth. Almost everything in the frickin' menu in Atlas Earth says coming soon. You think I give a shit about that? No, because I'm not passionate about that fucking game. It's a thing that I watch like 6 ads on a day, and that's it. And I don't care that they've said coming soon for months, and it's just been that way. That doesn't matter to me. Now, Coin Hunt World, we're passionate, or Cubieverse, we're passionate about it. We care if they say they're going to do something. We want to see it because we're excited. But then they don't know what to do with that. They're like, well, we can't like meet these people's expectations, so I guess we're just going to flounder ridiculously. It's like they can't handle our passion. That's all it is.
Yeah. Again, I just think it's like a bad mix of like egos involved too, because I mean, Harris makes a great point. She said most games would kill to have such a helpful community. Like, yeah, kinda, yeah. I mean, especially we've been sticking around for like 3 years now, you know? And I don't know, there's also something that sticks with me about like Fire saying, you know, new player cycles or something need to happen, and that's like not what's happening with this game, and that's what needs to happen. And I'm like, wait, what?
Did he just say get rid of all the people that have been around and get new people in here? Like,
yeah, so how do you plan on having like content creators with that logic? How do you plan on having any outside like community project dedicated to this game with that logic, right? The map, the wiki, all of it.
They
like,
want new content creators like Freckled Zelda and shit. They want to pull in the people that already have the followers that know nothing about the game and aren't even playing the game when they advertise it on their channel. Like, yeah, no, it's
dumb.
It's so dumb. It really is so dumb. Thanks, Goose. Goose says this is the absolute best chat ever on Loth. #real talk. I do have to say, though, we're always having real talk. We just often feel way more positive than we currently feel. Like, I think...
Well, I just think it's always from our perspective.
Yeah.
Like you said earlier, Korkio, like, it's always just been from our perspective, and...
Yeah. Not everyone experiences...
still how it is.
Yeah, not everyone experiences the game the same way. Like, we had so much fun with the Halloween event, and I know a lot of people fucking hated it, but we're not going to talk about how bad it was because we enjoyed it. So we talk about how we feel about things, and just the circumstances make us feel differently. But I think we've all very much took this really personally because a member of our tribe got stabbed in the back. So, yeah. I feel like we've all been attacked. When someone attacks like khag and Beats, who are like the faces of this game in a way, it's like we all get attacked. It just pisses me off.
Yeah, I mean, Beats like sings song. He's got like parody songs, like about the game. Like he went to. I didn't even go to Vegas. He went to Vegas and did all the stuff. Like, how are you gonna do that to him?
I also won't forget for him talking shit about our stream, though. So, and I know you've already left Beats, but if you ever come back to watch this, I still don't feel great about that. So thanks. I appreciate you saying that this was a great episode. Great.
Yeah.
But this is why we asked khag to be on, because obviously khag is has been doing a lot for the game in more ways than a lot of people have even
and
seen.
he'll have his what do they call it, the crew or whatever.
Yeah, they'll do their thing.
Yeah,
hopefully
he'll do a thing. He'll be on their thing. I hope he's on their thing. I want to see it.
Yeah.
Or at the very least, if Harris wants to do like a Beans report, that would be also probably equally amazing. But I think
When's the
everybody
last time
just.
we had a Beans report? It's been a while.
A long time.
That's a great question.
Maybe we're due for just one last report.
Oh man, I wish
Perhaps.
I had seen that. IDFK said
The only thing worth reporting.
the IDFK said the entire room of Coin Hunt Fest attendees sang "Purple Paint" in unison. I would have
Oh,
loved
that
to
was
see
so
that.
great. Yeah,
I
was
that
so great.
that pops into my head randomly all the time. Like almost anytime I actually get purple paint, I just start going purple paint, purple. I'm like, beads. What the
Yo,
fuck?
you want to know what's worse is when the fucking song Purple Rain actually comes on and you start singing Purple Paint.
Right?
That is the worst.
Yeah. Yeah. Trugoy says
legendary though. Yeah.
Trugoy says, don't do it, Korkio. Don't be involved with KKP in business. Unfortunately, I already have a merge contract signed with them, which I knew from that point that they didn't know what the fuck they were doing. When I read that initial merge contract they sent out, and it was like just boilerplate bullshit. Like none of it even made any sense. Half of it was not related to like what we were dealing with, and they left out so much important shit. So I sent an email back to their intern at the time like, hey, what about this, what about this, what about this? I need you to rewrite this contract to include these things because all of this was left out, and I need to know how this stands if anything happens in the future. So they actually rewrote the contract because I think Marlov had a hand in it too. We made them rewrite the contract before we'd actually sign it. And even that contract wasn't that great, and they haven't even been following it. Like, nothing that's in the merch contract has actually been followed except for me selling merch with their name on it. And that's
Because they forgot about it.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that we're talking about it now might change things, but...
I mean, I was supposed to run every single
not
design.
These days.
I was supposed to run every single design I made by them before it got approved to be put on the merch shop. And then they just decided, whatever, just do it.
If anybody wants a vinyl sticker for their car window that says "I break for user vaults," I've got like maybe 30. Send it to you for postage. DM me.
Before I sold my car, mine was like half off my car. Like it had mostly peeled off the car before I sold my car.
Mine's never. Yeah, mine's completely. I was the first one to put one on my car. Like I had it first. It's never peeled off.
Well, I mean, it could be the Oklahoma sun. The Oklahoma sun's
It could be. Did you clean your window with alcohol before you applied it?
It was all stuck on there really good. It just like started chipping and like the actual vinyl like cracked and just like broke apart. And I'm sure it's the Oklahoma sun. Like you can't.
I was gonna say it's the sun because yeah,
you can't do anything about that here. And I parked my car outside through most of the summer, unfortunately. So, but yeah, so. It's a great sticker though. I loved having it, but I don't have a car anymore, so I have nothing to put one on. But
I still have one, and I feel of all the things that went through my head after I got banned, one of them was like, I guess I got to take that sticker off my car.
Yeah.
It's like, even though I haven't really been playing much for a while, like now it really just doesn't make sense. Like if somebody asked me, not that anybody ever has, but if somebody's like, what's the thing on your car? It's like, oh, it's for a game that I am not allowed to play anymore because they don't like me.
Yeah. I never had anyone ask me about mine. And I put it on there specifically because I like slow roll through the Life Church parking lot that has all the vaults in it and stuff. And I figured like that's the place where I've met hunters before. Like no one just randomly parks in those like 6 spots in that parking lot.
Somebody would be like, oh, I know what you're doing. Yeah.
Yeah, and I figured having the sticker on the back of my car would make them feel less weird about asking me if I'm hunting. But no one ever asked about the sticker, so.
Same. Yeah. It's a bummer.
Yeah. I wish I could have put it on, like, the butt of a pair of sweatpants or something. You know?
Just keys on the butt, or kitty
No,
coins, I guess.
breaks for user vaults.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's hot.
yeah, juicy, right? Oh, Pibble says someone asked her once about the keychain I made. You have one of the gold
Block Boy's
keychains?
car wrap.
Block Boy's full car wrap. Oh shit.
Oh yeah.
I forgot
That didn't
if he
last
did
long,
that.
but yeah.
He was all like, he wrapped his car. Could you imagine somebody doing that for this game now?
That shit's expensive too. Unless he had like a friend in the business or something.
Yeah, KKP paid for it.
Oh,
No, I'm not saying that.
No, he had a friend in the business.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I had my like windows tinted for like $100. It wasn't like
I mean, in Oklahoma, that's how much it costs to get your
it
windows
wasn't all
tinted.
that, but I do think, you know, he went all gas no brakes on this game for a while, and then had a kid and realized
it
this
for
isn't
him,
coming
it was
up faster than my own fucking kid popping out, so I guess I'm gonna have to bounce, you know, like it. To be honest, I think Block Boy got out at the perfect time.
Right.
Because he also was still able to enjoy Coin Hunt Fest.
He recognized it was not on a steep upward trajectory anymore. But it was for a little bit. When he started, he was early. He was like, I'm early to this thing. It's either going to flop or it's going to go huge. And he was on track to be huge. If this game went big, he would have been the biggest.
Absolutely.
He did all the right things. The game just didn't go big. He recognized it in time and said, this is not worth my time anymore. Peace. He did all the right things.
I agree. Yep.
There's been so many. It's so weird. I feel like it's been such a long time, but it hasn't really been that long of a time. It's been like, what, 3 years, really? But there have been so many different mini.
Like that's long.
Well, there have been so many.
It doesn't feel like it, right?
It's mini eras in that time. Like there is like the
Black
Boy
eras,
era.
Absolutely.
There was the Zack and Beats era and the IT guy era, and like there were all these little eras, and I don't know. It's just like how the dinosaurs.
Well, and I remember feeling well like a new guy, because everybody's new for some period of time, but then for a long while I wasn't an OG because there was a whole group of people that came before me, and there was a lot of them still playing. So I was like, I'm not an OG. I'm not new
Space
anymore.
Hobo. Space Hobo was still around when I was getting into the game, and he was like the original Squeamy.
Yeah, he was. I know who that is, but I was not really. We didn't have much overlap, but like I was not an OG. But now if you look at all the people that are playing this, like I don't know, I'm probably in the top 10% or 5% of like oldest players that are left, and like it's just crazy how like the majority of players now are like super new and have no idea the history behind the earlier parts of the game. And that just goes back to what you're saying about eras. Like we are several eras deeper now.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And it's not
so many features and bugs deeper.
It feels more like and it feels more like Idiocracy than it does like the evolution of something great. So it's kind of sad.
Yeah.
Right.
It's the de-evolution. We're slowly devolving into chaos.
Yeah. Like we have a
apparently that's their goal,
president.
right?
Yeah.
I guess. I mean, their goal is to shed people who want to make money and bring on suckers that just want to pay to play. Which pay to play is fine if you have a game that's awesome and worth your money. Like people play for video game consoles and video games all the time, but like if you're gonna pay for a mobile game on your phone, it's got to be fucking good.
I love you, Rubik's. He goes, Cubieverse. It's got what plants crave.
What?
Oxygen.
No, like in Idiocracy where they have they're watering the plants with Gatorade, and it's like, why would you take water from the toilet? you don't know what.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is this a whole joke that just went way over my head?
The movie Idiocracy.
The game just.
You've seen that, right?
Mm-mm.
Oh my god, you need to watch that like a million times.
I haven't seen it either. I know what it is, but I've not seen it, so I don't know.
Both of you need to watch that movie. It's a movie made in the early 2000s, I think, that is perfectly predicting the life we are actually living in. And I'm not talking about Cubieverse, like the actual Trump is president life that we are living right now. You need to watch that movie. It's insane.
Oh no.
It's so good. It's so good. Yes, and that's what Rubik's was saying. Like in the future, in the movie, no one has water or drinks water. Water is only found in toilets, and everyone has Gatorade. And they're watering plants with Gatorade, and the plants are dying, and they're like, but why? Why would you use the thing in the toilet to water the plant? You know, everyone's fucking dumb. So, anyway, that's the joke.
I get it now.
Yeah.
Can I highlight this comment? All I wanted was the game to be fun.
Yeah.
All I wanted
really.
was for the game to be fun. Like,
is that so much to ask?
That's so hard.
Why? Why can't it just be fun?
How did we get here? How did we get here?
Do you see the people asking in beginner chat today, like, oh, am I too late for the New Year's QB? It's like, how do they not have in-game messaging for this stuff? I feel so bad for them.
It's so sad.
I mean, I wasn't
like,
gonna buy it.
Yep, I hate it here. And I'm like, oh no.
Ay.
Also, like, what is the harm in putting the New Year's QB on for a full week in the shop? It's a new year, new week. We're gonna make it like new 3 days instead of a new 7 days? For why?
Well, especially because they're selling it.
People are
so
paying
it would only
you money.
serve. Yeah, it would only serve to benefit them. Like, what the fuck is it?
I like how everyone was talking about boycotting the New Year's Eve QB, and it's like, I already bought the keys like a long time ago. If I spend the keys on the QB, that doesn't benefit them in any way, so I just bought the QBs. I said, fuck it. Because, like, I'm not gonna buy... I've decided I'm not putting more money into this game, because that's ridiculous.
You don't think they count those crystal keys on their like liabilities, right?
I mean, I think they are. I think they count it as income when they buy the. When people buy the crystal keys.
I know. I'm joking. The keys are already sold. It's income the moment that they're sold. What happens after that is just pixels.
Oh, and everyone's right. The
it's like gift cards.
The QB was QB coins, not even crystal keys. So that doesn't matter. Like, I don't have a way to get those QB coins out of the game anyway. So what does it matter to me?
Oh, the QB was QB coins?
Yeah.
Now I'm even more frustrated. I would have bought it then.
Right.
Do you want to be even more frustrated? Did you see it?
Oh god, it's ugly.
Oh, it's Manel. I hate it.
I no, I cannot stand anybody who said, "Oh my god, this is the cutest QB ever," because I hate it. First of all, the sweater and the scarf are from like 2 years ago, and they just like enhanced the color a little bit to make it not like it's literally a rendition of like the last 2 years thrown together with some Christmas lights and a different hat.
But you see, it's a Manel QB, right?
And a different glasses.
I saw.
Yeah, because he's been trying to like scheme through like 3 different discords with alts. I don't know. Is like we're just trying to pile on more stuff to make him pass through.
But like,
I just don't understand why they
QB,
can't make a good New Year's QB again, like they did in 2021. Like There was a great New Year's Cubie with this black suit with polka dots and this fun funfetti hat. Like, why did we steer
He's
from
cute.
that? They could have just made like 1,000 different color variations of that one Cubie, and they decided to like double down on horrible outfits. I'm sorry, the New Year's Cubies are my like least favorite in the game. They're so ugly. And if somebody asks me, what, you don't like the Elton Cubie? No, I don't. No. I just want the one. Make it different colors.
I need to clear up something for Rail. So Rail says, you do have a way of getting rid of those, Korkio. Use it to take out Manel. I would love to do that.
Yeah.
However, y'all may think I've got enough of them. I don't have enough Cubie coins to take a single person out. I have...
Depends on what the item you're bidding on is.
No, it doesn't
Depends
even matter.
on who the person is.
It doesn't even matter. Because I have just over 100,000. That wouldn't actually raise that kind of red flags.
Unless somebody's listing like 10 resin.
Yeah. I mean, one
That's
resin
the other
maybe,
thing I overbid on. I forgot about that. Yeah. We were talking about overbids. I overbid on our RB Howe had bid on something that I sold and accidentally punched in one too many numbers. So he paid 10x what he meant to. He didn't get banned for overbidding.
Manel?
No, RB Howe.
Oh, RB Howe, yeah.
And he messaged me and said, "Hey, I did not mean to bid that much." And I was like, "Shit, the new system sucks. Like, it's really easy to mistype a number. I will send it back to you. Just list something small and I will send you the difference." And I did, but like, so ultimately I super overbid on resin and like nobody cared. Neither of us got banned. Just another example of that I forgot earlier of me like 10x overbidding, like way more than something's worth. I literally was coin transferring to him because for a valid reason he overpaid, but like they didn't care because
no one
it's
did
not a big
anything
deal.
about it.
It's not a big deal. It's just personal this time.
Yeah. It was only a deal because they could take beats out with the same action.
That's so stupid.
Yeah. Hey, Hayes reminded me, he says, nothing is worse than that fucking log. Who called a Yule log QB? Like last month? Right? Did I not call that shit?
Who called the ornaments QB last month?
Oh, yeah. There you go. You. Totally. Yeah, you called the ornaments, but I was told, I knew they had to stick with a food thing. I was like, why not a Yule log? I don't know if they maybe listened and then just was like threw that to someone on Fiverr and was like, here, draw me a Yule log.
I'm sure it was already in the works.
I don't know, but the way they've been doing shit lately, maybe not.
Actually, you're right. You're right. Give ourselves more credit, actually.
Yeah. We have the great ideas and we know it, and they're listening to us. I mean, how long does it take to draw something like that up anyway?
Unban khag and Beats because that's stupid.
Those are great
Maybe
ideas.
you should give them both a warning because, again, it was stupid. It's the only suggestion I've got for the new year.
Yeah.
And then maybe start making good New Year's QBs because
I'll just say
you started off great and it's already gone like we're the year is getting worse the next after next, and I'd like to go into the new year starting and feeling strong. I don't know why KKP has it against everybody playing this game to have ugly looking New Year's QBs, but people are trying to feel good about themselves going into the new year. So make them look good, please. Okay, that's it. That's my rant.
I agree with that rant.
I like everything that you said. I don't think they're ever going to unban me, but if they did and gave me my 5 whatever million QB coins back, I would donate them all to charity. Donations.
Banned.
Charity.
You'll be banned for it.
Can you guys imagine?
Can you equally spread them to other charities, please?
But can you imagine this possible
because that won't be
potential
bannable.
future day where Illusion Weaver says, "Oh, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. You two are no longer banned." I couldn't see that happening. I can't even imagine it happening. Like, it would be
That's
great.
not his.
That's
That's
not his
not
way.
his ego. His ego would not allow that. Like,
Yeah.
he's not. You were talking earlier about would you like throwing good money after bad? You're in for the pot, or whatever the phrase you
Mm-hmm.
used was.
Pot committed. Yeah.
Yeah, pot committed. Like, I feel like that's how he is. He would just double. He's a double down guy. Like,
Mm-hmm.
even if he knows he's wrong, he's gonna dig his heels in.
You know what was funny to me? You know that meme of him with the salt with like the pink background?
Stay salty.
Yeah, his Stay Salty meme.
I know it. I know it.
So I took that meme and I offered to put it on a shirt for him. Because I'm like...
And others.
Yeah.
We should say.
I was like, hey, like, I think this would be great in the shop. It would sell really well. People really think highly of you, and they would really love to have this shirt. And he said, and I honestly thought his ego would be like, oh yeah, people walking around with pictures of me on their shirt, like, that would be awesome. I really thought his ego would have that reaction, but instead he said, absolutely not. Please don't do that. And I was like, okay, I won't make money. That's fine. It kind of blew my mind, but whatever.
I gotta go.
Yeah.
It's probably a good idea. It's late.
Same. We should go eat dinner and enjoy the rest of our things. And khag, thanks for taking the time to even chat about all
I'm glad
of
you guys
this.
asked me. I almost said no, and this was way more fun than I thought it would be.
And I'm glad the twins gave you some ability
They
to
did.
chill out.
I hear them calling. I hear them calling now, which is why I have to go.
Well, we sincerely appreciate your time, because obviously we know the things that are going on, and it was good to kind of reconnect. I hate that it's under these circumstances, but I also am kind of like, this is the best reunion ever, so
it is.
Yeah. And I'm sure the community appreciates it too, because all of the comments in the chat, people are they're really going to miss having you around. So hopefully you stick around here and there, and
I won't be gone. I'll be around.
Good. Yeah. I think you mean a lot to a lot of people, so definitely.
Yeah. Thanks for everything that you've done, khag, because you really have, like, more than people even realize, because we've got a lot of new folks that have, joined Cubieverse even a year ago. They have no idea.
Yeah.
They have
I know
no
what you
idea.
Mean.
So,
thank you for saying that. Feels good.
Yeah, you've done a lot,
and you guys too with your stream.
We love our fucking little tribe too. Like, as dysfunctional as it is, we all get along just fine, and really appreciate and love each other.
We're gonna have a reunion someday.
Yeah,
I hope it's in Hawaii. I hope it's in Hawaii.
That would be ideal.
Be amazing.
I mean, I hope it's in Oklahoma, but I'd settle for Hawaii.
Yeah, I think everybody's gonna settle for that. But okay, Dad, we'll let you go. Thanks for taking the time and sharing the story and all that good stuff.
Give the twins kisses for us, and tell the wifey thanks.
Yes.
I will. She's up there
waiting
for me.
Thanks to the wifey. She's the bomb.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Love you guys.
Bye.
Happy hunting. Are we doing happy hunting? Happy
hunting. Are we going to be here on Sunday or not?
We'll be here on Sunday?
I don't know. I mean, we did tonight. Do we come back Sunday too? Is there anything else to...
We'll let you know if we're back Sunday, if there's anything else in the Cubieverse to follow up on.
Watch the Twitter
Stay
X
tuned.
account, and we'll figure something out for sure.
Yeah. That fits.
All right.
Okay, well, I love you. Happy birthday, Korkio. Thank you for
you.
spending your birthday doing this.
Of course. What else would I do?
Celebrate, because you're an amazing human being. I love you.
Thank you. I love you too. All right. Good night, everyone. Happy maybe hunting if you still
Night,
want to do that.
Yeah. Thanks for being here. Appreciate your feedback.
Bye.
Bye.